Going on, everybody out there, man? Welcome to the Orum'S Den. Could be another solo show for me. I did put out the invite on Twitter for my Infinite Sports Network crew. Hopefully somebody can join up. I think Antonio said he was going to come eventually, but hopefully someone else comes. Oh, there's Tone right there. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry it's late. I was doing a little research.
Doing some research?
Yeah, just making sure. Just watching Savard, see how trash he was again. I was just trying to get a picture in my mind how bad he is.
About who? About who bad? About who's bad?
Savard.
Savard. Oh,
just got to bring back the feelings of watching him be bad.
Well, I hear you, buddy. I hear you, man. I hear you. He was not very good. I'm having some trouble with my little. See if I can get that in place, man. Can you hear me, Tom?
Yeah, I get you.
Okay. You know what? See if it connects this time. What's going on? Say something.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Now it's in there. Good. So what's going on, Tone? How you been doing, man? What do you got to say to people in the chat? And then I'll talk to everybody in the chat and say what's up.
What's up, guys? Will Harris is trash. Tobias trash. I forget who the left tackle was, but man, he was getting destroyed.
Left tackle for Detroit. Left tackle. That was
the starter, Matt Nelson, I think.
I think it was Matt Nelson. Matt Nelson was in there, I think, pretty much the whole game. I'm pretty sure.
I saw a rep where he got beat so bad. He was holding the guy and still give up like a sack. I was just like, that's impressive.
Yeah. That was Matt Nelson. I know a lot of the guys didn't really play. Sewell played, I think, the most snaps out of the starters. Vaitai was in there, I think, a little bit, and no Rag now. I don't think Decker played. Don't remember if Decker played. I don't think he did.
Yeah, I didn't see.
There's a lot of guys out, man. There was about 17 to 18 guys that would normally be playing that did not play. So it was a lot of reserves out there, man. But what's going on at Jamie Ward? What's up, buddy? Here's Johnny Suey. All right, man. James Willis in the house. What's up? James Willis again. Vash, what's up, brother? How you doing? Plan B, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Thanks for joining the chat. Detroit fan, man. What's up, my man? Yep, it's flying by, buddy. One more preseason against the Colts. Frog Crop, what's going on, bro? 9 Drinks, what's up? And then, yeah, it was Matt Nelson. Yeah, so for sure, bro. Well, we had a preseason game. We were just kind of talking about it a little bit, just getting the start of it. And Matt Nelson, I guess, was someone that jumped out to you, obviously, right?
Oh, yeah, because I was watching Sewell, but I heard some stuff about Nelson. So I was like, let me take a peek at Nelson. And then, when I did it, it was a bad time. It was a bad time because Highsmith was giving him the work on that play.
Yeah, man, it wasn't very good for that reserve O-line, I didn't think. It was like a lot of the reserves versus, I think, the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. They played a lot of their starters up until halftime, even some in the third quarter, So I guess it's no excuse, though, because they didn't look good, I didn't think. Overall, I think it was one of those games, one of the takeaways I have from one of those games. I guess we'll start maybe with the offense. They were terrible. But it was their reserves, obviously. I'm not going to get too fired up about it, but, man, a lot of 3-and-outs. Looked like Tim Boyle was getting rushed. And then when he wasn't getting rushed, he didn't look like he was very accurate with his throws. He was throwing high. He was throwing low. I don't know what was going on there. I don't know what they're going to do with their wide receiver situation. It sounds like Dan Campbell's saying that the roster is pretty much going to be set, but he said this wide receiver room is completely wide open.
You need to go pick up some guys.
They need to go get somebody, man. They need to go get somebody. If they don't go into this, if they go into the season with the 4 or 5, I think they're going to go in with. It's going to be tough. I just don't know who. Obviously, someone's going to get dropped. obviously someone's going to get dropped. The Washington football team dropped somebody today.
Yeah, I heard
Steven Sims.
Oh yeah, go get him. He better than Perryman.
I think he's better than Perryman. Yeah,
he's better than most of them. Jacksonville drops some rookie. I forget how to pronounce his name because it's like 13 letters. But
they did.
Yeah, they dropped some rookie. Big dude, we need him. We need every young rookie that is out there on this roster because we don't got nobody. And we don't really even need these old guys. We need to find a receiver for the future. Because this next receiver class, I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna find your number one in there.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. It just looks like I don't know. If I was Jared Goff, and I had to and I was looking at these receivers, man, I'd be concerned. Yeah, I'd just be wow, like you gotta go get me somebody, man. Like we're gonna put all our eggs in one basket on a rookie slot guy, on a guy like Tyrell Williams, like who's got some talent, I think, but who's never really done the wide receiver one thing. Maybe a little bit when he was in LA because of injuries, or San Diego actually at the time. I'm concerned about this wide receiver room. It's the same stuff. We bring up the same stuff every week. It's the same concern. And I just look at these guys and like Lions fans are literally talking up guys like Tom Kennedy. And I got nothing against Tom Kennedy. That's awesome that he's doing what he's doing. He's making himself known out there. But if we're talking about a 5'11", 185 pound, 190 pound slot guy to be a guy, it's like, man, it's like it concerns me.
He wouldn't even be in contention to make a roster on most teams.
No, we're talking about this guy to be like our number 4. You know what I mean? And we're talking about guys like Khalif Raymond, who's never ever been a wide receiver 2. Everywhere he's been in, he's been with the Titans, he's been with the Giants, he's been with a couple teams. The guy's been nothing but a special teamer. And he's been a guy that has ran like 2 routes a game, catches like a ball, and that's it. And we're talking about this guy like he's our wide receiver 2 now. So that concerns me, man. I really don't know how to. I really don't know how to put it anymore. It's the same. It's the same concern every week, man. I don't know about you, bro, but I'm very, very concerned about this wide receiver room. Obviously, you are too.
Oh no, I'm not.
Right, Tom?
Because I already know they're gonna be trash. I can't be concerned.
Well,
I already know what they are. I already know.
I just mean like I'm concerned for Jared Goff, man. Like I'm concerned for Jared Goff because he's going to be the one that's going to get all the blame. It's going to be him. He's going to be the one that gets all the blame, especially from this fan base. They're just going to blame him. So that's what concerns me the most. Like I'm not saying go out and go spend draft capital on a guy like a DeAndre Hopkins or something. I'm not trying to say anything like that, but it's just tough, man. It's just tough to watch. Like, I don't know what's going to happen during the regular season, but I do not see Khalif Raymond being a big part of this offense. Do you?
I mean, he could be like Marvin Hall, maybe.
Pretty much, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, what's going on, Josiah Coleman? How you doing, bro? Dr. Detroit in the house, 5 wins. I am happy. Let's keep building. That's what I'm saying, bro. Please drop Perryman and Tavai. Madness Elite Show. What's up, bro? Sam the Man. Anybody else down here? Sam the Man. Is Watkins still? Are you talking about Sammy Watkins? No, bro. He's a Baltimore Raven. He's a Baltimore Raven, and apparently he's been looking good too. They're saying so.
Baltimore needs shot as one-day wide receivers.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
They got all them guys. They got 5 guys all of them could start for us.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. Yeah, but Watkins is gone. Who else did you say? Keelan Cole. No, Keelan Cole's. I think Keelan Cole's gone, isn't he? Is he a Jet? Keelan Cole.
I don't think he's a Jet. I don't know. Only Jets I already heard about is Davis and the other guy they drafted, and Mims. I think Mims might be available. So maybe he is there.
What, Denzel Mims?
Yeah.
No, Denzel Mims is still in New York.
No, I think I think he was
unless
available.
They cut him.
No, I think they said I heard some day was available, but I heard some other stuff from Jets fans like that's just all talk. So I don't really know about all that situation right now.
Okay, Mattis Elite Show saying Jets Cole. Okay, so he must be with the Jets. Keelan Cole. I thought he was somewhere. I know he's not available. I know he was available. He just got picked up not too long ago by the Jets, I guess, if it is the Jets. So, yeah, man, we just got to go get somebody, man. Josiah Coleman saying, guys just have to step up in the wide receiver room. The good news is that nobody's really safe and they have to compete. You know what, bro? That is true. I think after our top 3 or 4, or whatever's supposed to be our top 3 or 4, after that, it's up in the air. And they're going to be literally cutting guys down. That's going to be it's going to be a hard decision for those guys, and not in a good way. Not in a good way. Usually, when you want to make a decision on who you're going to cut, it's because they're all good. That's when it's a good time to make cuts. You're like, okay, man, these guys are all good. Who are we going to cut? But in this situation, it's who's not the worst in the room. That's pretty much how they're going to be using their skills to be cutting these guys, man. And
who's the most treasure out of this trash?
Who's the most treasure out of the trash, man? It's like that's going to be the conversation. You know what I mean? And that's sad. That sucks. I think it sucks for Jared Goff. I think it sucks for this team because this team wants to run the football. I get it, but this is 2021, man. This is this ain't smash mouth football like it used to be, where you run the ball down people's throats. Like, it's nice to think that we can do that, and I hope we can somewhat do that. But you have to have balance, man.
You got to at least have.
You got to have balance.
Because I think a lot of teams have started learning that while you can run the ball, you at least want to have the threat of a pass game. The Ravens kind of been learning that the hard way. You notice they've been putting more and more resources into wide receivers and quarterbacks and tight ends because they've realized, and they're probably the best running team in the league. They got a quarterback that is basically a running back.
Pretty much.
And even they have realized that works until you face a team that can pass, and then you're down 14 points, and then all of a sudden that running game isn't as big as a factor. You're throwing to nobody, and then now you're in trouble. So,
100%, dude. Yeah, big time trouble. So, what's going on? Reacting with Brendan. How you doing, buddy? What's up, Orm? How you doing? Doing good, buddy. Yourself? Hopefully, you're doing well. Sam the Man's asking. And if you guys got any questions out there, throw the questions out. I didn't do a lot of writing today for this one. I'll try to remember some things that happened in the Lions game, Steelers game, but it was a rough weekend for your boy. He had a fantasy draft, and I felt like I drank too much, and I was gone for 2 days. I was kind of incapacitated for 2 days, man. I was feeling a little bit ill from my party, but it was a good time. It was a good fantasy draft. It was a good party with the boys, man. We had fun, but Sam the Man's asking, is the DeAndre Swift injury serious? Well, I know he's back. Right now. Today he was out there. He was doing some pass pro. From the reports that I have read, and he was looking good doing some pass protection with him and Jamal Williams. They played really well together, and Swift was looking good on a couple routes he ran. He was making some moves. His cuts were good. His cuts were nice. He had good vision. So I think he's going to be ready week 1. I know Dan Campbell said he was concerned about his reps, but it looks like he's on track for week 1. What do you think there, Tone?
Yeah, I think he'll make it week 1. Man, I hope Swift, I need him to stay healthy. Because the Lions have a historic run of running backs who they draft top tier getting injured. We got a straight sweep. Now it's about to be bingo. Second round picks, Amir Abdullah, Carry-On, and Swift.
Yep.
So we need to keep him healthy. He already played a position that naturally the lifeline of that position of running backs, they don't really last that long. So you need to keep him out as long as you can, because that guy is going to be important for your future.
He's very important. He's very important for the future, man. Frog Crop, what's going on, buddy? He's saying our running backs will have to take the load because our wide receivers are not very good. That's the plan, bro. That's the plan, Frog Crop. Now, thing is about executing it now. It's all about executing it now, but like Tone said, man, you have to have a little bit of a threat both ways, especially you have to have a threat, man, with this wide receiving core and this just passing attack if you want to run the football. So that's what kind of concerns me a little bit still. And it's going to be a concern all the way up to week 1 for me anyways. Sam the Man's asking, can the Lions trade for a good receiver? Like I said earlier, man, I really don't see Brad Holmes wasting any draft capital right now. I don't really know who's available. I guess there's maybe some guys available out there. But I don't know what they're going to be asking. The asking price will be. So I don't really see a lot of draft capital being spent. What do you think there, Tone? Can they trade for a wide receiver? A good one?
No, probably not. Unless the selling value is insanely low and that basically is getting away for free. I don't see it happening. Now you might be able to get a solid one out of free agency once teams make their cuts. But for right now, especially not in the trade, I don't see it.
Yeah, no, neither do I, man. I just don't see it right now. Zach D, man, with a good point. You need balance to be an efficient offense. It's absolutely essential to having a top-tier offense. Yeah, it is. And I don't think this offense is going to be top-tier. This offense is going to be top-tier. You need some balance. You need a threat. And I just think it's just going to be a struggle. It's just going to be a struggle this year. I just don't know how people can think not. History is not really on the Detroit Lions side of having good things happen to them. And we got some guys that have a little bit of talent, but guys that have never done it before. Like, what has Khalif Raymond done in this league? Perriman's had 7 good games in 6 years. Perriman, and he can't just stay healthy, and he's already lost his starting spot. And you got Tyrell Williams, who I think is the best of the bunch, and he's nothing special, but he does have some talent though. I will give a little bit of credit to Brad Holmes for that, man. He's got a little bit of talent, but he's never been a wide receiver one. So it's going to be the Hawk show, man. It's going to be the Hawk and the Darren Fell show and the Swift show and the Jamal Williams show. I think that's what it's going to be. What do you think, Tom? Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. The thing about it, offensively, you don't always need balance, but you don't want to be like ineffective in one area, right?
Yeah.
Because what that really does in the NFL, a lot of teams are going to do is try to take away your strength. Now, if you are good enough at that strength, then it may not matter. But the Lions aren't quite that team, right?
Yeah.
So now, it's going to put you in some awkward situations where you ain't going to be able to execute the game plan that you want to, because you put all your eggs in this one basket, and then you can't use them, and now you're stuck in a situation where you don't want to be in. So this offense is going to have some ups and downs. In the preseason game, you had the 3 and out. In the first preseason game, you had the 3 and out. Then that led to the big drive. But even on that big drive, it wasn't a lot of. There was some good, but a lot of our stuff came off of penalties. Some of the penalties don't happen. It would be another 3 and out. 4 yards, like it's gonna be a rocky year for the offense. It's gonna be up and down.
Yeah, totally, man. I did notice that too. That's a good point you just made there, Tone. We got a lot of help on the penalties. We got a lot of help on some penalties, and we can't rely on that every week, man. So Josiah Coleman's got a good one. How you guys feeling about Sewell so far? What do you think about Sewell so far there, Tone?
I'm the same on Sewell right now than I was pre-draft. Now, I have noticed that a lot of people are a lot lower on Sewell because I feel like they were too high on Sewell in the first place. The media hyped up Sewell too much. Now, that's not a new thing. The media hypes up everybody, right? They were nominating Chase Young a guaranteed Hall of Famer. I saw news outlets and, already saying Sewell's going to be the greatest tackle in NFL history. He's a generational talent. He's the best offensive tackle since dozen this years. You hear all that, you're like, oh, he's going to be a monster. You get out there and he's struggling against Gregory Rousseau. You're kind of like, what happened? Because that's I was always like, listen, let's calm down on the Sewell hype, right? He got a lot of question marks, especially as a passer. He has some. I was actually recently today actually went back to watch a Vosh Lombardi video to see if I was missing something I forgot about Sewell. And I forgot one of the things he said, big things about Sewell was his feet. And a lot of times in pass protection, he would stop his feet. So when I did, I went back and watched the Bills game, and I watched the Steelers game. And on some of his biggest losses, a lot of it was his feet. A lot of it, he would stop his feet. A lot of it was his hand placement was bad. And that was happening a lot in college, but the problem was in college, he didn't consistently face good edge rushers. So he can get away with that in college, right? You can get away with that in college, but when even in preseason, even though Gregory Rousseau isn't the greatest thing on earth,
right?
He's a decently talented guy who has long arms. He could take advantage of the fact that you have shorter arms with not the greatest hand placement, right? And even in the Steelers game, there was just times sometimes it wasn't even hand placement and feet. Sometimes he just got beat because the guy was just like too fast. And when I was watching Bosch's video, he was actually talking about maybe he has stiff hips. And I had really not thought about it. I don't know. I would really have to look at some of the more fluid tackles in the league to see if, maybe he has stiff hips. That wouldn't be a huge problem, but that could explain why sometimes, like I remember one play, like he started his kick step, but he took like half a kick and basically just turned because he knew he would just beat off the rip. So he has he has a few problems. I actually saw a tweet from Daniel Jeremiah who's talking about his balance. And then when I started thinking about it, I started looking at some plays where he was falling, some plays when he's leaning. I was like, you know what? He kind of does have balance issues. It's kind of natural when you're that big. The next tackle out of next year's class, Evan Neal, he's a big dude too. He got some balance issues too. So it's not new, but balance might be a problem. But his two biggest problems right now, stops his feet and his hand placement is bad. Now, will those things get fixed? Probably. How long would that take? I don't know. I don't think it's going to be this year. It may not be next year. Might not be the year after that. It's going to be some time, right? And you already know people are already going to call him a bust, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's already – I haven't heard that word yet. But
I saw
coming.
On Twitter, they was like, we ruined him. He's a left tackle playing right tackle.
I see that, yeah. I see that,
and I'm like,
man.
whoa.
People overreact. People overreact. I do it. You do it. We all do it. Everybody on Twitter does it. Every Lions fan does it. Like we all kind of do it. I know I see guys on there saying, the Lions ruined him, moved them to right tackle. Well, why would they do something like that?
Although I still think that's overblown because
that's overblown.
For even this draft, if you want to talk about left tackles moving to right tackle, Alex Leto has been doing a pretty good job of doing it. He's been a left tackle his whole career. It can be done.
Right.
It's been done. Sewell just wasn't the guy who was – I don't think Sewell was pretty much ready for NFL competition yet. He hadn't faced at all in college. Oregon's offense is like pretty much the exact opposite of the Lions offense, right? So you're going to see some moments where a lot of Oregon's offense, screen passes and boots and bootlegs and stuff of that nature. Lions offense is a lot more traditional, right? So you're going to really see some moments where you're going to have to go against some guys. They probably going to have to chip some guys, although you probably don't really want to – you don't want to be in a situation where you got to chip guys like that. But, I mean,
all the time,
you're probably going to do it. Now, the biggest problem with Sewell is going to really have to go against. I don't know if y'all have seen our schedule, but we face a slate of some mighty good pass rushers. I don't know if you heard of any of these guys. There's that Joey Bosa guy. I don't know if y'all heard about him. That TJ Watt guy, that Myles Garrett guy. I think there's a guy by the name of Von Miller. I think he got a teammate named Bradley Chubb. I don't know if y'all heard of them. But we're going to face some
those guys
really
brand new. Those guys brand new.
Guys. I don't know. Let's not forget Zadarius Smith, Khalil Mack, Daniil Hunter. We're going to face some guys. We're playing Arizona. We're going to face Chandler Jones and JJ. Like, we're going to face some really good pass rushers. So he's going to have some moments where he looks horrendous. I was in I forget his name. I was in somebody's conversation. I forget his name right now. Okay. He's been on the show before. I forget his name. I forget his name. Anyway, I was in this conversation. I was like, we just got to remember this year is about growth, not greatness. Everybody prepped. Everybody. the scouts prepped everybody for greatness. They was like, expect this guy to be great. PFF, I saw them. They put him in like their top 25 tackles, right? So
Yeah.
the hype was high. Everybody expected greatness. No, the expectation should have been growth. So all you gotta do is expect growth.
For sure. Well, that's what we need, man. Just with the things with Sewell, man, the things that are concerning, I think they could obviously be fixed. But in time, hopefully they get fixed sooner than later, man. That's probably the biggest concern right now for me, anyways. I'm not gonna freak out right now. He's 20 years old. I think he's gonna be a staple of our O-line for the next 10 years. I'm hoping, anyways. And I just hope he gets some of those things fixed, man, especially his feet, man. I did notice his feet are the biggest problem, I think, like you said. So I just hope that gets fixed over here.
What have we traded?
What we got going on here, man? Blah would be great. I got a question. How do you associate Campbell's press conference body language with the status of the wide receiver room? He makes me feel like Perryman is out. Yeah. His body language, it's pretty evident. He looks completely concerned about this wide receiver room. It seems like when somebody asks about it, it seems like he cringes. It seems like he cringes every time, and he kind of like he shuffles around, he moves his head. He's got pretty evident body language, man. When you ask him things that kind of make him feel uncomfortable, it's very obvious with him. And like I said earlier, I don't think he's completely. Obviously, he's not happy with this wide receiver room. He doesn't know what's going to happen after probably number 3, number 4 guy. And with the Perryman situation, he didn't really have a lot of good things to say about him. You're right, PC Payload. I think he said something along the line like, we just haven't seen enough. When you hear stuff, when you hear coaches saying we just haven't seen enough, it almost sounds like he is out the door. Because, A, he doesn't help himself because he gets hurt all the time. He's already been hurt. He just got back healthy again. And he's got all kinds of leg issues. He's got leg, hips, ankles. The guy just has every single issue you can think of when it comes to his lower body with Perryman. So I think he's out the door if he doesn't do anything this week. But I don't know because I just don't know. I just don't know what they're going to do. Do you think Perryman is probably going to be gone, Tom?
I'd hope so. But yeah, I think he's definitely going to be gone. He going to be gone. Yeah, he definitely going to be gone.
It sounds like it.
He got to be.
It sounds like it.
This don't seem like they're going to keep him. Although I expected Tavai to be cut today. So, who knows?
Yeah, I guess they're giving him one more shot, man. From what I heard through Twitter, I think it was Eric Schlitt, whatever his name is. Eric Schlitt, I believe his name is. I think I just said his name wrong, but he was saying something like he heard the coaching staff, and the coaching staff was saying they're going to give Tavai every opportunity to win a job this Friday versus the Colts. So you're going to see Tavai out there a lot. And if it goes like a lot of people think it's going to go, I think he's gone. He just looks slow. You watch him. He can't read. He cannot read an offense. He freezes. He sits there. He freezes. He has very bad reaction time for a linebacker. He's not sideline to sideline whatsoever. I don't care how much weight this guy's lost and how much faster he thinks he is, or how much faster that Aaron Glenn has told us that he is, because he doesn't look it. He looks exactly the same player, man. He's slow to everything. He's a slow read and react is terrible. His tackling is horrific. He just over pursues. He doesn't do all the good things, man. So don't expect Jelani Tavai, I think, to be on here. And Nine Drinks has a question here. Does Pittman make the 53? That's Anthony Pittman, the linebacker, the homegrown talent from Detroit. I believe he is too. Do you think he makes his team there, Tom? Anthony Pittman has a chance to, at least?
Yeah, I definitely think he has a chance. It's not like he has the greatest competition in the world. You got to beat out Tavai. You've already beat out Tavai. You got to beat out Maven, who is like the weirdest linebacker I've ever seen in my life. Maven's a coverage linebacker. He wasn't making plays in the coverage. He was making more plays in the run than Tavai was. And I just
he was getting murdered in the pass game.
Yeah,
on that game. That was bad.
I gotta ask, who decided to put him on Eric Ebron? I need to know, because I don't know why y'all did that. I don't care if he's the greatest. Why is he covering Eric Ebron? I don't know why.
I don't know, man. One thing Ebron can do is that he can move pretty good for a tight end. Yeah, I know he gets a lot of flack for his gets a lot of flack for his hands, but he does move pretty well for a tight end, and it just looked like a complete mismatch, man. It was frustrating to actually watch. Manus Elite saying all the talk about Perriman, he hasn't really played. Hey, man, exactly, Manus. Hey, bro, he was signed to be our wide receiver too. He was. That's why everyone's talking about it. You go on Twitter, man. There's people on Twitter that love Rashad Perriman. It's unbelievable. It's like I can't wrap my head around it, man. I can't wrap my head around it, man. I want nothing but success for every Detroit Lions player here. I want them all to be good, but you have to have some type of reality, man. When it comes to some of these players, they're just junk, man. And Perryman's one of them. He's just a bad football player, and so is Tavai. What's going on, Jorge? How you doing, man? Cheers, Mark and Tone. In all honesty, is Okudah on his way to be a bust? Tone, do you think he's on his way to be a bust?
No, I don't think he's on his way to be a bust, but I do think he's on his way to be overdrafted.
Right.
When I watched Okudah, and I was even watching the play when he got beat, and then somebody actually explained the play, could actually show the all 22. They explained why Okudah did what he did. But every time I watch Okudah, I just can't help but think, what if he was just like more athletic, right? Because then that's what I think every single time I watch Jeff Okudah. I was like, man, what would happen if he was just more athletic? It's not like he's not athletic, but he plays a position. He probably plays the hardest position to play in the modern NFL.
Yeah.
Because teams are trying to expose you at every moment. You could be the greatest corner in the world. They're trying to expose you, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
So you got to have the traits to be able to deal with that. You got to be athletic, long, be able to cover. You need everything. And he just don't quite got the speed. Now, he can probably make it up with his mind. I don't think he's truly going to be a bust. You know, it's not like I wish we got C.J. Henderson because he's like the fifth corner in the Jaguars, but that's a whole nother situation.
I don't know what
Although
happened.
I do wish we had Isaiah Simmons.
I wish we had him too. That's the guy I wanted, man. That's the guy I wanted after Chase Young when we lost Chase Young to number 2 to Washington. I was like, man, I hope they grab Isaiah, but they didn't do it.
I knew they would.
But with the Okudah thing, I don't really – I can't say bust yet, man. Like, we only watched, 9 games of him on his rookie year, 9 games with a ripped groin or a ripped something in his core. So we didn't get a really good feel for him last year. He looked horrible, obviously, but I think he was like – a lot of it was in his head, obviously. It looks like he's looked like the type of kid, man, he gets in his head a little bit. He's supposed to be a little bit mentally better this year, they say. He's done some things to try to get mentally better and physically, obviously. But he seems like a kid. Like when I watched him Saturday when he got beat on that Deontay Johnson throw or pass, whatever it was, and he just looked like it looked like he was thinking too much. It looks like he gets caught up. He gets caught up, and before he knows it, he's behind on the guy, and he has to pursue and make a play. But then he bounced back, I thought, made a really nice play on Juju. He was in Juju's hip on that last throw that almost – it would have been a miraculous touchdown if he would have caught it. And Juju actually almost caught it. But Okudah was right in his hip. I thought it was great coverage by Okudah. Kind of made up for that blunder earlier. So that's what you want to see. He's going to be going – and like we talked about with Sewell. Okudah's going to be going up against some dogs, man, coming up. He's going to have to be going up against, obviously, man, it's the NFL, but there's going to be some guys that he's going to have trouble with.
Okudah going to get put in a torture chamber because he's going to go against Justin Jefferson. And he didn't get to see
Adam Thielen.
He got lucky. He didn't have to get the word from Allen Robinson last year.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams going to come back, just to steal his soul one more time. It's just not. It's going to be him and Awarie. They're going to be in some tough situations.
Yeah, man. So we're going to have to really rely on that. We're going to really have to rely on that D-line, man, to really help out, to create some problems, man, and get some blitzing. And hopefully it works. King SJ, what's up, Orm Forum? We're going to have to be patient with this rebuild. I know that it's easier said than done as Lions fans, but looking to see what happens this season either way. Yeah, you know what? As this is what I say. As a Lions fan, all we have is patience. We don't have anything else. We have to be patient, man. We've been patient for I don't know how long, man. It's like, when's the breaking point, though, right? Like, when's the breaking point? I've been patient for a long time, but it's like every year I kind of expect the same thing. You know what I mean? Especially the last couple of years, I expect to be bad. I just expect it to be bad. You know, as a homer, which I am a recovering homer, by the way. I'm not a homer anymore. I used to think everything was great up until a couple years ago. So before it was like, yeah, we're gonna win. We're gonna win 10 games every year. It ain't like that no more, man. Not for me. I know Tone doesn't feel that way. But we got to be patient. It looks like Holmes is doing the right things. Can't build. Rome wasn't built in a day, man. So, and he knows it. He knows that he didn't cover everything that he wanted to cover. It's obvious, right? Yeah, he knows that it's going to take a while, man. We still got areas on this team that need to be absolutely turned over. Like, I'm still really afraid about this safety room too. Our safeties are terrible. Will Harris looked like garbage the other day. He did. He made one play on Ebron. He did make a play on Ebron. I thought Ebron dropped it, but Will Harris did put his hand in there. It kind of did stop Ebron from making that catch. Probably the only good thing he did all day. I don't think he got a ton of snaps, but from after that, he didn't look great. He's just slow. He's a slow reactor, and he's not supposed to be. He's supposed to be this fast, athletic kid. I just don't see it on the field. I don't know, man. It concerns me a little bit, man. Frog Crop was saying, hashtag Mark, playing a little devil's advocate here. They double team Hawks, and that leaves one of our receivers open, right? I don't know.
But
Tom,
what if they don't? What if they
don't
double team Hawk?
The thing, okay, look at. I think Hawk's good. I think Hawk is really good. He is. But I don't know if teams are going to be doubling up on Hawk all game. I don't think he's George Kittle or Travis Kelce. Yeah. So you know what I mean? I don't think he's there yet. But you better hope that teams do double him if someone's open, because if not, it's going to be tougher for Goff. True. What do you think, Tone?
Also, doubling teaming him don't mean that he's open. It just means this wide receiver core has to beat somebody still, which is looking very shaky. But that's if he gets double teamed. We don't know if teams will be willing to double team Hawk. Hey, Hawk is a great tight end, but at the end of the day, he's got to prove to teams that he's worth double teaming.
Right. Yeah. He's looking great out there. He's doing all the right things. But I think we need to just, I think Hawk's going to be the number one option. I'm not going to argue that at all. But to be double teamed all game and every game, I don't know just yet. We gotta. That's a wait and see for me, man. Detroit fan man saying, I love that we have a 5-way race for Lions Rookie of the Year. Aleem, Levi, Panay, Amon-Ra, and Derek all have a reasonable chance. Well, I don't know, but usually by now it's clear. Nice job, Holmes. I think Holmes did a great job with the draft, man. I think he did. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna crap on it right now. I think it's still too early. There's concerns with everybody. I think right there in that room. There's concerns, and then there's also plus. There's also positives with all these guys they drafted. We have to wait. It's another wait and see. I'm not going to say that these guys are in a 5-way race for Rookie of the Year. Not just yet, Ben. But you never know. But what do you think there, Tone?
Yeah, it was a pretty solid draft. Now, personally,
solid draft. Yeah.
Here's my thing about the draft. As you all know, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Panay Sewell. Now, for context, because I think some people forgot, I was anti-offensive line in the first round.
Yep.
In the first place. Because you already had a good offensive line, right? You got years to figure this out. You're not going to be good this year. You're not going to be a playoff team this year. You may not be it next year. You got time, right? I was always of take advantage of the chances, opportunities in the draft. What did this draft have? Had offensive line depth. Well, you got a good offensive line, but you can add some depth. Linebackers, something we don't really have a lot of those. Now we got Barnes.
Yeah.
And Barnes is promising. But
we got lucky there.
Promising ain't greatness. Listen, and I would, like you said, safety. There was some safeties. Corner room. I don't know about the corner room future. This draft was full of them. That was always my point. Was you got an opportunity ahead of you. Teams was trying to trade up. You saw what the Bears. The Bears gave up their future for that 11th pick. They gave up their future. They gave up this year's pick first and next year. Oh, if that pick don't work out, boy, you could have bankrupted your division, especially the Vikings. But that was always my point, which was
for sure, man. And that was a good point.
It's just so much value that I feel like you could have taken advantage of. Like I wanted at least one tight end, right? Because the thing about running the ball is this: a receiving threat will make your running game flourish even better, right? And we talking about Hawk. What if we could roll out some 2 tight end sets? Will Hawk and Fry move? Who's stopping that? Nobody. We sure couldn't stop it. We couldn't even stop Fry move by himself.
True.
Imagine that.
I loved him coming out of the draft, by the way. I loved him. I made a whole video about it too.
But, we got to see some development for some guys. Diva looked great. I don't pat myself on the back, but, I wasn't one that was hyping up Levi during the draft. Everybody was kind of like, who is this guy? And I'm going like, that's a good guy. That guy's good.
He's looking good, man. He looked like he got some little pass rush.
Lee McNeil,
giddy up in him.
Lee McNeil got a little bit to go as a pass rusher. And as, as a run stopper, I want to see a little bit more. Like, he's not really out of position, per se. But I kind of want to see more splash plays from him as a nose tackle, just as the run right now. I don't really expect too much from him in the pass right now. I always understand, he's got shorter arms and, his pass rush technique ain't exactly there. Sewell, I've always expected Sewell to be a little bit of a wow. St. Brown is about where I expect him to be. Barnes, he's been playing pretty good. He's done well in coverage, although, got to say, I'm very concerned. I'm very interested to see how he's going to do against teams that actually can pass.
Against number ones and number twos, right?
Or teams that can expose him in coverage, because we're going to be playing some teams like the 49ers and the Packers and the Rams, and et cetera, the Browns. Teams that run systems and have offensive coordinators who have a history of getting favorable matchups for wide receivers. I still remember to this day, Rams game from like 3 years ago, where Sean McVay somehow ended up with like Cooper Kupp matched up by Anthony Barr, and he beat him for like 60 yards. That's still in my mind to this day. So we're going to face some offensive coordinators who will put Barnes against some really good receivers there. So I'm going to have to see how he handles that. Melifonwu, honestly, I forgot we even had Melifonwu most of the time. I was watching the preseason game. I was like, he's out there? I didn't even know he played.
I didn't even see him Saturday. Well, I watched the game actually last night. I didn't even see him.
I was watching it, and I saw the end of one play, and I saw his name. I was like, wait, he played? I didn't know he was out there.
He was a bit quiet, man. Sometimes that's okay, though, for a corner, man. Sometimes that's okay if you don't really see the back of his jersey too much for a corner. That means he's obviously not getting beat, and he's doing something right, I guess, or they just didn't throw his way. But sometimes that's okay for a corner, man. Sometimes, if you don't hear a corner's name, that means he's doing his job most of the time. They got a question for you, Tone, from Jorge. Tone, when you join the armed forces and you think you can teach some of the great servicemen and women about football? Too many like the Packers, LOL. So when are you leaving us, buddy?
I'm leaving in November, and about teaching them Jorge, I might can do that, but I can't announce my team affiliation. Can't announce that team affiliation. I'm like, you a who fan? The Detroit Lions? No.
You'll find someone. You'll find.
I'm a Chiefs fan. Yes, I'm a Chiefs fan. They just won the Super Bowl. That team, yeah, I'm that team.
Oh man, you're funny, bro. Let me see, man. Mark, you need to look at next year's draft prospect, Rebby Robinson, SMU. He's fast. Probably get him a later draft, a hidden gem. I will get on that, bro. I will definitely get on when college ball starts. As soon as that starts up, man, and then I get pretty heavily involved watching stuff like that.
You've been talking about Okuda.
Yeah.
Next year's corner class looking kind of nice. I don't know. There's a guy from Clemson. I just saw a clip from him last night. That clip was so insane. I don't even remember his name though. I'm not even gonna lie. I was looking at mock drafts because I just want to see, where people was. Most mock drafts had him in the top 12 with Kyer Elam and Stingley. That man is gonna be nice. Also, next year's offensive tackle class. Another reason I didn't really want Sewell like that. Next year's offensive tackle class is stacked. It is stacked. Okay. It's stacked. And looking like might get even better, especially with guys like Zion Nelson, coming in there. I don't know if Wanya Morris, if he's coming out. Charlie Cross probably is,
Yeah.
Evan Neal is the next freak. Somebody called him like a cross between, I think he called him like a cross between like Penei Sewell and like Mekhi Becton. The dude is like 6'7", 370. Guy is large.
Wow, that's a big boy.
He's almost 6'8".
Really? Oh man, jeez, that's a big boy, man. We're talking about some guy that School's going to face. Andy who?
Andrew Booth Jr. That's the guy. Madness is talking about. Andrew Booth Jr. That guy looked nice. That man is insanely athletic.
Okay, nice, man. Let me see here. I'm talking about Aaron Donald meeting up with Sewell. That's going to be a problem if that happens. We all know,
if Aaron Donald is on Sewell, you need to call the Coast Guard. Call somebody and get that rectified immediately.
Yeah, that's a problem with everybody, man. That's a problem with everybody, man.
That's not a Sewell thing. That is a NFL thing.
Yeah, that's not a Sewell thing. We all know what Aaron Donald does to people.
I saw some stats. That man is the most double-teamed player in the league.
Is he? Well, that's not.
And he plays a position that naturally don't get double-teamed. He get double-teamed like 70% of the time, and still puts up the stats he puts up. That guy should be 5-time running defense player of the year. It's just not fair.
100%, buddy. 100%. Salute. Thanks, brother Jimbo G, for a $10 super chat, man. Hashtag salute Orem. Thank you, brother. Do you think Tom Kennedy and Reynolds make the 53-man roster? You think Perryman is out? Tavai was lost and gave up big touchdowns. He seemed lazy. Barnes way better than Tavai. I'll start off with this one, bro, then I'll let Tone finish it. You think Tom Kennedy and Reynolds make this 53-man roster? You know what? That's a tough question. That's a tough question right now. Dan Campbell's been preaching. He's been preaching he wants to see people play tough, and he's getting that from Tom Kennedy and Reynolds right now. I would think that those guys are going to make the squad. The only problem with Tom Kennedy is I think he's kind of in a bad position because he plays a spot where it's probably going to be obviously Amon-Ra will be there. I think eventually Khalif Raymond will get kicked back inside to the slot, and I think it's tough for him. I think he should be on the team though, especially if he can do some special teams. Like they're trying to get him to play some special teams now. So I really want to see Tom Kennedy in there. I'm going to say yeah. And Craig Reynolds, he's doing nothing but producing. He's not going to take over Swift. He's not going to take over Jamal Williams, obviously. But he's running hard. And we haven't seen that much of Jamar Jefferson. I think he's really pushing Jamar. The thing was that Jamar's a draft pick. Might be a 7th pick, but it's still a draft pick. I'd love for the Lions to carry 4 running backs and not one of them being a fullback. But they're infatuated with the fullback for some reason. I think it's a terrible. I think it's a terrible position in the NFL. I think it's a lost art, and they just don't use enough fullbacks. So I would like to see them do that with Reynolds.
You could have drafted one of those.
Yeah, you could have drafted one. They like Kabinda, though, because he's got that versatility, too. He can play emergency linebacker in a pinch. So I think if they carry 5 running backs, which I think is a lot, they probably won't. Then I see Reynolds making the team. But do I think Perryman is out? You know what? I'm going to say yeah. I think he is. I'm probably wrong on that. But, yeah, Tavai was lost, gave up a big touchdown. Tavai's got to go. Barnes is going to be the eventually guy that takes over for Jamie Collins, is what I say. And I think he'll be eventually starting probably over Anzalone, is my call, eventually. So they got to get Barnes in there as much as they can. I want to see Barnes playing with the 1s and 2s now. I'm sick of him. He's dominating versus these 3s, 4s, 5 guys. It's like he's playing high school. Let's see him against the ones and twos, and I'm fired up for Derek Barnes. Well, what do you think there, Tom?
Kennedy, man, I think Kennedy might be on track to making the team. Last game, helped him out a lot, but it really depends because it also really depends on Perriman. Because while I think Perriman is not going to be off this roster, maybe they think, we picked him up for agency. He's fast. He can do this, that, and third, and keep him. Tavai is 100% gone. That's a guarantee. I would have cut Tavai before we cut Malbach.
True. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I would have did that. I'm like, you trash, right? At least Malbach's been here. I cut you a few days after your birthday, but I'll give you some time. Reynolds, I think Reynolds might make it. A lot of people are starting to think the Lions might carry 4 running backs, especially Swift. Kind of been, he's been injured and he plays a position that gets injured a lot. So the Lions might just decide to keep 4 running backs. Although I don't know. I know last year you could put a player on the practice squad and then bring them up, like they would be on the practice squad, but like they would also kind of be on your active roster. You could put them into the game. I don't know if they're doing that this year, but they are. Then they might just carry 3. I definitely think Perriman. I think he should be out. I don't know. It sounds like he will be out.
He should be, He should be, right?
It sounds like he will be, but I don't know. I thought Tavai was going to be gone by now. I thought a few players were going to be gone by now. Barnes is way better than Tavai, although that's not very hard. My grandmother is better than Tavai.
Yeah. I hear you, man, right there. So it's tough, man. So we got a couple things. Yeah, we got Kennedy, should make the team, but probably won't. He's just in a tough spot. Reynolds, another guy that's playing great preseason, but I think he's in a tough spot as well. It just all depends on what this new regime wants to do. Like, if they want to carry that many running backs, they want to carry that many wide receivers. Like Kennedy, if you're looking at just production-wise, he should be in there over Perriman, but they might be looking at that in a whole different situation, man. Like, they look at Perriman and say, okay, well, just like Tone said, he's fast, he's big. We can use him in some spots. With Kennedy, it's like very one-dimensional, but he's a workhorse. So it's kind of a tough situation, I think, for this wide receiver room, man. But if I was to go off just production, I'm taking Tom Kennedy over Rashad Perriman in a heartbeat. But I'm not the Detroit Lions head coach. That's the only problem. What's going on, James Holyfield? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, man. Tone talking about Andrew Booth Jr. Is that kid a wide receiver?
No, he's a corner. Wide receiver class.
He's a corner?
Great. Yeah, he's a corner. And I was talking about, if you were looking at the, fix your corner room, I wish they would have taken more advantage of it this year, not taking Malifamu, there's better guys. But the next year's corner class, if they are decided, Savai's not the guy, and then, a Warriors free agency is coming up. Next year's corner class is interesting. Now, wide receiver class, I don't know. You got Pickens from Georgia. You got to watch him.
Yeah,
you got Olave from Ohio State. Yeah. You got Olave, he went back.
Right.
I don't know if any of them are number ones. And that's what we need.
Oh, for sure. But do you see this team? Do you see the Lions drafting a wide receiver in the first round, though?
Oh, yeah. I definitely would. I mean, don't forget the rumors. Remember the rumors of the Lions?
Yeah, we got 2 of them, right?
Number 4. I mean, there was the rumors of the Lions trying to trade up to number 4 to get a wide receiver. And that was a fake rumors. And I'm still surprised they would have did that.
I think
was
it Pitts? Wasn't it Pitts they were trying to get? Or
I heard
Jamar
wide
Chase?
Receiver now. Depends what you think
Jamar
about
Chase got
receivers.
himself in
If
trouble.
they would have traded up to 4, it better have been Pitts. But I think I don't know. They said wide receiver. It just depends. It depends if they think Pitts was a wide receiver or something, whatever.
Right.
But
I think it was Jamar Chase.
It probably would have been Chase or Waddle. If Chase or Waddle would have fell to number 7, I think they might have taken them. But, wide receiver, who knows?
Yeah. Well, you've heard about the situation with Chase, right?
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard about that situation with Chase?
Oh, well, what about him not being that good?
Well, he was dropping balls, and now he's getting accused of smacking his pregnant girlfriend around.
Oh, that. Oh, man. Trace, you already killing your NFL career. You just got in the league, man.
Bro, he can't catch it.
You
Now he's
just got
apparently
into the league.
I know, man. Did you hear that
They
though?
kicked
That one?
Kareem Hunt to the curb for doing what he did, and he was one of the best running backs. Listen, man, they'll get rid of you. The Giants, I forget who the Giants cornerback was. Forgot his name. He went to Georgia, slot corner. They got rid of him. It was like
Baker?
Yeah, Baker. It was like, yeah, man.
DeAndre Baker.
We know you got your contract, but you're not worth all this controversy. So we're going to let you go.
For sure.
Titans did it too with their right tackle. They was like, yeah, we just going to – I know we took you in the first, but we're going to trade you for a seventh. And you got to go.
Yeah, that guy wasn't acting right from the get-go, though. That kid was doing.
He was like, I'd rather be a rapper than a football player. I was like, good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that, bro. Yeah.
And he messing it up for all the prospects too, man. All the dudes. There's a few dudes who be rapping on the side now. Everybody looking at them. So like, is rapping a full-time job to you? Got them messed up now.
Oh, for sure, man. But I got Jesus Hernandez asking, who's your surprise cut? Surprise cut. Well, I'll tell you who my surprise not getting cut is Jelani Tavai. That's one of them. I thought for sure he would have been gone by now, but apparently they're going to give him every opportunity to hang himself this Friday against the Colts. So, which, good luck, Jelani, man. That's all I got to say. I don't really know what the Colts are going to throw out there. I don't really see a lot of number ones being played again. So who knows what they're going to do. But who's your surprise cut? Anybody this year so far I haven't been surprised about? I guess I don't really want to say Malbach because I'm not as emotional as a lot of people about that a 40-year-old long snapper. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's just me being cold. I don't know, man. So far, really nobody. But if there's going to be anybody that I get surprised that would get cut, and I'm not saying cut, would be Tom Kennedy, I guess. I guess it would be just Tom Kennedy. I don't really see him being a big part of this team, but he's playing so well. And he's playing well in camp. He's just doing a lot of good things. I guess it's Tom Kennedy for me, man. I don't know. I don't really have a lot invested right now in some of these players in a personal thing and on a personal level. But I'd be kind of shocked if they just outright release Tom Kennedy. What about you there, Tom?
Surprise cuts. It's hard to have surprise cuts because I can't be surprised with anybody. There ain't nobody that good to be surprised about. But if I had to choose anybody, I guess it might be Austin Bryant.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like he's done much to separate himself from the crowd. And he's been injured. Yeah. So I guess I'll go with Austin Bryant.
Austin Bryant's a good one too, yeah. Lion King saying, we need to see starters. It's not like our offense is running hot. I don't agree with the Lions strategy sitting Goff. You know what, Lion King? That's a good point that you made there. I'm a little bit on the fence with that. I was kind of shocked that we didn't see a lot of Goff on Saturday there. I thought for sure he would get a little bit more playing time, but they obviously know what they have in him. And the way that this camp's been going, you've been seeing a lot of guys going down, man, for the Lions. And I think, there's a little bit of worrisome right there from the new regime and Dan Campbell. It's like these guys are just dropping. These guys drop like flies, man. And so we got a lot of guys nicked up right now. And I think he sat like 18 guys, bro. Like he sat 18 guys, Lion King, that were probably going to be contributors to this team at one point or the other. And I think he's just playing it safe. But I think on Friday we're going to get the same deal, man. We're not going to get a bunch of guys. We're not going to get Jared Goff. We're not going to see Frank Ragnow. I don't see it anyways. What about you, Tom? You see those guys playing on Friday?
I don't really see it. I feel like if you would have did it, you probably would have did it against Pittsburgh, especially because they played so many of your starters. You can see how you measure up. But
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I don't really see it.
I don't see it either. Lion King's falling up with Goff, needs to work and to gel with his wide receivers. He does, but he's been doing a lot of work with Hawkinson. He's been doing work with Amon-Ra. He's been doing work with Tyrell Williams. It's been evident in camp They are getting together. They are working together. So I know it's not game situations, but the one way you get better, man, is practice, and they have been doing that at least. And Goff's been engaged with his guys. It's not like he's been kind of like leaving practice early and not hanging out with the fellas, man. I guess he's been hanging out with like Tyrell Williams and Hawkinson. They've been getting to know each other. So there's a chemistry you got to build there mentally first before you do it physically. So that's a good sign for those guys, I guess. Jimbo G, agree with you on the Tavai before them all back. Yeah, we don't understand that either, brother. But that's just the way it goes. This ain't anti-O-line. You saying Sewell's busting? That's got to be at U-Tone.
For me, I would never call it. I would now. It would take a while for me to call Sewell bust.
I know, bro.
I do think he might have been overdrafted. I wouldn't have been that. Actually, I would have been happy if we got Slater.
I don't think he was overdrafted, but we all have our opinions.
I would have been happy if we got Slater, but I still wanted us straight back. It was just so many trade back opportunities.
Right.
There's so many QB needy teams that were ready to mortgage their future. I was ready to take all their future, draft some linebackers. I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? If I traded back, I would have drafted Micah Parsons.
Hey.
And I was anti-Micah. I was like, you know what? I would have taken Micah Parsons. I also would have took either one of the
Defensive Rookie of the Year, baby. Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think he's that good. I think he's going to be a stud. But we'll see.
Dallas.
We'll see.
Playing in Dallas.
He's playing in Dallas, so who knows, man? Who knows what's going to happen there? What time is the game Friday? I believe it's a 7 o'clock start. Let me check it really quick for you, Madness. Let me see. I just saw it. The funny thing is I just saw it on my phone, man. It's let me see here. What's that? The 26th, 27th? 7 o'clock, man, in Detroit. 7 o'clock, Ford Field. Be there. Jim Hatter's house. 710. What's up, brother? Good to see you there. Why does our offense have to be hot in preseason? No need to get injured. It's only for players' values. I agree with you a little bit there. It's all about evaluation. They get a lot of their, like I said earlier, man, a lot of their chemistry down in practice. You see a little bit of it in preseason games. It's all about staying healthy and evaluating your other talent. I believe in preseason, man. You need to see who's going to be the backups to the backups, man. And there's some that believe that a whole defense should be out there for 3 quarters. There's some people that believe that they should be out there for 2 series. Same with the offense. Offense should be playing 3 quarters. Then you'll have Jimmy over here that will say the offense should play just 1 quarter. You know what I mean? It varies. The coaches know what they're doing out there. If I was the coach, man, it would be just, hey, man, stay healthy. And I want to see who my backups to my backups are. That's basically how I would run it. What about you, Tone? I think Hatter's house has a pretty good point there.
Yeah, you do have a good point. But also, my thing is also this: you don't need to be hot, but you don't want to really go in the regular season to kind of roll your offenses on. Hasn't looked that great. It's been up and down at camp. Didn't look that great in preseason. Looked up and down. It's just
like the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, you rather go in the preseason. I mean, you rather go in the regular season on a better note. Side note about the Jaguars, that man, Jameis Winston, I don't know what was into him.
Ooh, he's throwing some dimes, eh?
Apparently, he couldn't see, which I was just like, somehow the comments was like, if he had bad eyes, why didn't he just get it surgery? Fixed. And apparently somehow was like, I guess your eye keeps deteriorating, so you get to the age of 26. So even I guess they said doctors probably wouldn't even operate on him for the chance that, like, even if he got it then, it could have just still got worse anyway. So it was just better to wait. Which, I mean, it makes sense. He can't
see now, though. He can't see now, right?
Apparently he was nearsighted. Apparently, Bruce Arians made a joke like, well, he can't see the scoreboard, but he can see his offense. I'm like, hold up.
Wow.
I mean, if he's nearsighted, then some of them picks make sense because Jameis be doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. He was just winging it out there, man. Like, you know what I mean? So, wow. Well, hopefully he can see a little bit better. He was throwing dimes at Callaway last night, man. It looked pretty good, man. That Callaway kid can move, too. Jimbo G with another $10 super chat. Thank you, brother. # Orum'S Den. I think Reynolds and Kennedy could go to the practice squad, but it's hard to keep on the practice squad because teams will be coming those players to help their team out. Yeah, you're right, man. This will be, if this happens to Kennedy, this will be his third year in a row, I think, going to the practice squad. Reynolds, I know, has played on a couple teams. He's been through a practice squad situation too as well, but he's played for like Washington. I think he's been a little stint in Jacksonville too as well. I don't know, man. I don't really know, brother. I'd like to see Reynolds on this team too. He runs hard. He's fun to watch, man. Do you like that Reynolds kid? Don't?
Yeah, I like him. I definitely like that Reynolds kid. Yeah, definitely. I want to see him make the team. I'm really interested to see how many players we're gonna keep. Yeah,
for sure, man. What's Lion King saying? Jill Tavai. Okay. Julian Tavai, he must be saying, ran down a dude from behind, but he let him get behind him. I think he makes the team drafted too high. Well, bro, I don't know, Lion King. He did run a dude from behind, but yeah, he let him run 40 yards first. You know what I mean?
I'll give you a head start, then I'll catch up.
He had him. He had him dead to rights.
I will say this: Austin Bryant messed him up. He wouldn't have caught him anyway, but
Austin Bryant looked terrible there too. Austin Bryant just stood there.
I was just like, wait a minute, how did Austin Bryant even get in coverage? That was my question. I was like, how did he even get in coverage?
I don't know, man. I don't even know. I don't even know, man. I like Austin, but that was one game that he looked, he made a really nice play earlier in that game where he rushed Rudolph, I believe it was, applied really nice pressure, hit him, but then he grabbed his face mask.
Yeah.
Grabbed his face mask, and it was a third down play too. I'm pretty sure it was a third down play.
I think it was. And it was like 30. I think it was like 3rd and 15 too.
It was like 3rd and 15, man. He came in, he beat his man. He came in and he just leveled Rudolph, but grabbed his mask at the same time. I'm like, that kind of stuff, man, is gonna get you cut. That kind of stuff will get you cut, man. You got to be smarter. You got the talent. We know you got the talent, but you just don't have it upstairs, man. It says you got to be better than that. And it wasn't one of those ones where he could have just avoided his face mask. He just full on grabbed it. I'm like, geez, bro, like, come on, man. Be smarter. C saying calling Sewell bust is as stupid as calling him a generational talent.
I agree.
Okay, I get it. 100%.
Although I will say this.
But,
while I understood I could at least understand the generational talent talk.
Yeah, because it's
even though I don't think he is one. I think he's in the conversation.
He's in the conversation for sure.
I don't think he can't call him a bust. It's too late. I mean, it's too early. Because
let's say it. Let's call it what it is, man. Slater's having a better year so far.
Yes.
2 preseason games camp. I don't want to say year. I never even should have said that. I should have just said so far he's looked better. Right? We can agree on that, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
I saw So nobody talked about generational talent with Slater.
Nope.
Nobody said those words at all. I don't know why. I don't really.
I think
know
generational talent is the most overused word. I heard people calling Chase Young generational talent.
It's an overused word. Yes.
What can't do is just be an elite talent. Generational talent is for guys who are a cut above the rest. Quentin Nelson is a generational talent. He came into the league and was probably the best at his position in his rookie year. He's made an All-Pro for 3 straight years. He's been the best offensive lineman on a top 3 offensive line since his rookie year. That guy is a generational talent. He's different. Ain't many of those generational talents walking around.
Well, he's proved it. He's proved it now. He's proved he's been in the league for 3-4 years, like you said. He's doing these things. He's doing things that guards have never really done, right? So it's like
so strong.
He's just so strong. He's so smart. You watch his tape. It's just like he throws someone to the side and then he goes and helps one of his buddies out, man. It's insane watching his tape. His tape is just he's so good. He just pancakes guys and then he just goes and helps someone. And it's phenomenal to watch him, man. Every guard that's out there, every would-be guard, get yourself some Q tape and watch that kid.
Yeah.
Quentin Nelson, man, because if you want to be a guard in the NFL, watch him, man. He's exceptional. He's exceptional. Yeah.
Although I do find it interesting that from
what's that? Go ahead.
I do find it interesting that we were labeling Sewell generation talent off of his talent, but that guy, what's his name? What's that dude's name? Just went to the Bucks. I had his name.
Wirfs.
that man, his movement is different. Now, I don't think he was generational talent just because of the fact that his technique coming to the league was kind of shaky. Now, he fixed it in Tampa Bay.
Fixed it in a year.
He also, just that man's talent is just so different. I do disagree. Barnes is like the Walmart version of Micah.
Barnes?
He's like Walmart Micah. He has everything that Micah has. It's just like at a way worse level. Yeah, he has the speed, the strength, the history, playing the edge. It's just he's just worse at those things than Micah. Now the coverage, I don't know. I ain't seen Micah in coverage. Now I've seen Micah running around making plays, but I ain't seen Micah in coverage yet.
Yeah. Those were the two things. Those are the two things on both those players. That when I did a little bit of film study on these guys, when I did some film study on Micah and Barnes, very similar players, extremely similar, and both in college weren't great at pass coverage. They just weren't. A, I don't know if they just couldn't do it, but B, they weren't asked to do it a lot.
Yeah, part of it is different.
They were really asked to do it because Micah, his best strengths was playing the run and getting to the quarterback, getting into the backfield, creating problems for quarterbacks, i.e. running backs, all that stuff, just creating problems.
Yeah.
Creating plays. Barnes, same deal. Purdue didn't ask him to drop back in coverage a lot. They didn't. They just did it.
They told him to rush that passer.
Rush the passer, play the run, shoot the gaps, all that kind of stuff, man. That's what his strength was. Now, there's times when we see stuff like that. We see a guy like a Barnes and a Parsons go, okay, he can't play the pass. He's terrible. Now we see what Barnes has done. He's playing against a little bit lower level competition right now in those 3s and 4s, it looks like. Looks like he needs a little a bump up, but he's playing the pass well. He's played it. He should have had it pick against Pittsburgh. He had it in his hands. He's got to make that play, even though the ball was thrown high. He had a really gorgeous pass deflect a little bit later on in that game, too. He did get beat once in pass coverage. He got beat once, but overall, he was fantastic. So sometimes you get a kid that, oh man, they didn't ask you to do like running backs, man. That's the example right there, running backs. You'll get a running back that catches 30 balls in college. All of a sudden, he's labeled a guy that can't catch. It's like, oh, that guy can't catch, man. He caught 30 balls in college in 4 years. Comes out and catches 70 balls his first year. Leonard Fournette was one of those guys coming out from LSU. He's like, he doesn't catch a lot of balls, man.
Speaking of buzz, there go one right there.
Yeah, he's one of them, but he catches a ton of balls, though. You know what I mean? That's my point there. That's my point, is that sometimes these guys can come into the pros and do things they didn't do in college.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping Barnes is one of those guys, man. It looks like he is. Yeah.
Sometimes colleges do what's best. They kind of do what's best for them, but they don't always use players to their best skill set. It's basically the way to put it.
Exactly, man. Yeah, exactly. And one Pride 40 saying, now we think Jamar Chase busting. You're seeing it now. Well, he's having a problem catching the ball.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about busting, but he's having a problem catching the ball. And
I don't know about busting.
Rumor has it he needs to keep his hands to himself. So
see, now that one is the concerning one. I could deal with a few drop balls. That's
the concerning one, man.
I could deal with a few drop balls in preseason now.
Right.
But that one, the NFL don't play about that. They'll get you out the paint real quick.
Exactly, man. You'll be seeing the road real fast on that one. Exactly. Lion King. Team speed is different in a real game than practice.
That
For
is
sure.
True.
Lion King. Yeah, we know, brother. We know. We're not going to argue that one.
Also, being able to, as a defensive player, just from a defensive, point of view, awareness and being able to diagnose plays will also affect your speed.
100%. Yeah, and it looks like Barnes can diagnose a play pretty good. He is an absolute animal coming in on a blitz. He's got speed, man. Coming in on a blitz, man. I love seeing that about him. Time to get that man on the ones, though, just to see what we got on him. Winston couldn't see and threw 30 for 30. Now he's going to throw 50 and 50. Probably, Nick. What's going on, brother? Now that he can see, he's still going to throw picks, man.
Oh, yeah.
I went on a couple sites. It was Twitter, actually. Yesterday, I was on it must have been like a Saints kind of thing going on. these guys think that his time is fixed now. He's going to be a different quarterback. I don't see it. I think he's going to be the same old Winston. He's going to toss the ball all over the field. He's going to throw touchdowns, and he's going to throw picks. I don't think much is going to change there. But I guess you never know how much Peyton will put up with that. Is another
maybe
story, right?
Who knows? He did say maybe he learned some stuff from Drew. I think I did see something about Drew saying Drew nominated him was like the next quarterback. I think I saw something about that. I don't know, but we'll have to see. We know it probably won't. Taysom Hill might not be starting this year.
No, he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be starting. I don't know what's taking Peyton. I don't know what's taking Peyton so long to make that decision.
That game should have immediately said, "Yep, he started." You can sit on the bench.
Yeah, it's just Peyton being Peyton. I think, man, Sean Payton just playing everybody, man. Winston's the guy. We all know it. I just don't know why he won't say it.
We just don't know if he's a good guy yet, but
exactly.
We know he's the guy.
Yeah. Hey, bro, love the show and the podcast as always. Thanks a lot, brother. Love to see you here. Sewell definitely wasn't overdrafted. Okay. I don't think he was either. Tone does, but everyone's got opinions, and that's cool. Sorry, I gotta cut it. I put short today. Got to get sleepy at the airport at 4 a.m. Heading to Colorado for 2. Okay, all right, brother. Love all your stuff as always, bro. Thanks, Mattis. Be safe, man. On your way to Colorado, buddy. Have some beers up in Colorado. Sewell will be fine. It's just preseason. People chill out. Yeah, for sure, Jimbo. I hear you, buddy. Winston was always good playing with the lead. Totally different quarterback playing from behind. Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, absolutely, man.
That's when Famous James come out.
That's Famous James, yeah, man.
That's when Crab Legs Winston come out, man.
Yeah, Crab Legs Winston eating W's for sure, buddy. Sewell equals average NFL tackle equals greater than.
I wouldn't say that. This year, I don't even know if I would say that this year. I don't know if I say that.
Less than.
I don't know where his ceiling will be.
I think he'll be better than average.
I'm pretty convinced he'll be better than average.
He's not better than average. My God.
To be better than average, he's basically got to be better than Tyrell Crosby.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I think Tyrell Crosby's average.
Yes.
Yeah, just
also, I remember we thought Tyrell Crosby was trash. I shouldn't say we. I was always on his side.
I don't think I ever thought he was trash. Not me.
No. It was some people who I was rewatching some old videos to see what my record position was.
Saying trash. Did I?
I was rewatching some old. I don't remember if it was you. It was some people because I was rewatching some old videos to see what my record projection was for the Lions last year.
Yeah.
And it was some people that did not like Tyrell. I didn't remember. Apparently, people were concerned about the offensive line heading into last year. Forgot about that part. I forgot that was even a thing.
For sure, right? Well, I was concerned about the right side. I know that, man. I knew we had a top 13 O-line. That's not bad, man.
That reminds me.
Not bad.
I got to take advantage of something. I said I wouldn't be surprised if Tyrell Crosby beat out Big V. I need to take account of that take. That take was disagreed with. I'm surprised I got that one right. Now I got to take that L for that Justin Herbert take, but it cancel out.
Yeah, but Crosby didn't beat out Big B.
I mean, Crosby started that. Big B did lose that job mid-season.
Well, he lost the job when he got hurt, and when he was hurt.
And then when he came back,
and when he was trash.
Big B at right guard.
Yeah. Well, you had to put somebody in there, bro. You had to put somebody in there. You couldn't start putting that trash can there the whole time, right?
I count that as getting beat out.
Big B, man, he still concerns me. I still think he's the Achilles heel on that O-line.
And Big V makes the situation with Sewell a little more concerning because you already got Big V and you can't leave him by himself, right? And having a guard you can count on is going to help Sewell and Ragnar. And Big V ain't that. He is not that.
I think Crosby getting hurt too, and not him having a chance to win that guard spot really hurt Crosby. He's still banged up. He's got that grade 1 hammy that's not going away right now. He's probably my guess is that he even misses. There's a good chance he misses week 1. Tyrell, and I think that's going to suck. So him not being able to at least compete for that right guard spot is going to hurt, I think, the Lions in the long run too. Joe Tyron looks like the best player in this draft so far. He's down in Tampa whipping butt. I haven't seen it. I haven't heard nothing.
I heard he's been looking good. Although
I didn't know. That's good.
I heard he's been looking good. You want to talk about somebody looking good though?
Is he playing linebacker?
No, he's playing.
Surtain's looking
edge.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing edge. Apparently, I don't know. I guess he's gonna be the replacement for JPP. Okay. But you know who's been looking good? Patrick Surtain. That guy's been looking amazing.
Really nice. Yeah, man. Because I did hear he had like a really nice he had a pick 6 already. He's been locking guys down, being aggressive. I like it. Did Slater change positions? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Because they already had no, he's at left.
Oh, he's left?
Yeah, he's left.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought he was playing right.
No, because they got the guy from who was in Green Bay like 2 years ago. But I just realized they got Green Bay's. Damn, they took Green Bay's entire offensive line.
Oh yeah,
they took Lindsey and Bulaga. That ain't fair.
Oh really? Oh, they took Bulaga too?
Yep, they got Bulaga last year, and they got Lindsey this year. I forgot about that.
I forgot about that too.
That offensive line's nice.
That's nice, man. Jimbo G. Hashtag, I'm glad we ain't got Mickey Parsons do what's harassing his own teammates sexually. He seemed, yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he was doing that. That was the rumor. That was the rumor.
Kent State was getting nasty, man.
Kent State was getting nasty over there.
They was.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
We don't bring that up with your Turgro's mottos because I did hear Micah was like the worst of it, but nobody really talked about your Turgro's mottos like that.
Yeah,
as soon as Micah came out, they was like, "Hey, you remember this?" And it was just like, "Oh."
Apparently, he was involved in it, though, right?
I think he was involved. I just heard that like Micah was like the worst. That's all I heard.
Yeah,
they didn't even talk about gross models until Micah came out. It was like, "Oh yeah, he was involved too," but
wow,
they just kind of ignored it.
Well, for sure, man. Barnes is going to be great. Spielman's was high on Barnes. Yeah, man. Spielman's been taken under his wing, man. He's been having some close contact with him, which is what you want to see. They kind of remind me a little bit similar to each other. I would say Barnes is much quicker though, but they got that hard-nosed edge to him. PFF is trash for lots of things. It is. It's not people think it's the gospel of all football talk or whatever you want to talk about.
Although I will give PFF this. They are pretty good with some of their lineman rankings. Their lineman ratings. They're pretty good with
that. It's good.
Yeah, they're good with their lineman ratings. I'll give them that.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. I'm not a big fan of PFF myself. Sometimes I'll give it a look, but nah, I don't know.
I think the problem with PFF is people pay too much attention to the grades. Right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Yes. And the thing about it is, I think people think, oh, well, this grade says this. No. Just because this player has the highest grade doesn't mean he is the best player. The grade is a representation of how you did based on what your team asked you to do. If your team don't ask you to do a lot, you're going to have a high grade. Remember Tracy Walker in his rookie season? He had a insanely high grade, right? They ranked him like a top 5 safety. But what did the Lions really ask him to do? They didn't really ask him to do a lot. Right now, they asked him to do more his next season, and he still looked good, but he didn't have that grade. It's based on what they asked you to do.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, man, I remember that PFF grading Tracy Walker real high. I'm like
he had an 89 or something.
I'm like, what did that man do? Because I don't remember him.
He was just not Glover Quinn, because Glover Quinn was insanely slow that year.
Yeah, Glover. Yeah, and then he retired. Right, then he needed to retire. He knew his time was up. Sometimes these guys don't know their time's up, man, and they hang around for another 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Glover got out when he first started realizing that it was time.
Yeah.
Glover was done because he was a playmaker, man. All Glover did was make plays his whole career. So
I wonder if he ever made an NFL top 100.
Glover? I think he did. One year, I want to say he did.
He probably made it 2014 or something. 2015.
I could be guessing there, but man, he was a playmaker, man. He always came up big moments. He always came up in big moments when they were down, maybe by a few points late in the game. you'd have a pick or something, man, and then, early in the fourth or something like that, give him a chance, get a fumble recovery or force a fumble, man. He was always big play, man. I missed him, man. I missed his play.
Now we got Will Harris.
Now we got Will Harris, and hopefully Tracy Walker can be that guy. But Will Harris, my God. Then we got who else moved? Who moved to safety just recently? Was it Jerry Jacobs? Yeah, Jerry Jacobs did. Jerry Jacobs moved from corner to safety. So he could be a guy because I know Bobby Price moved the corner. I don't really know.
Oh, man.
These guys are getting hot in here. You guys getting hot? Or you guys are trapped? What's going on, man? You guys just talking about
It's
Sewell?
an argument about Sewell.
Are they mad about Sewell? Guys, man. Guys calling each other trash. That's funny.
Guard is what I
Take it
see.
easy, boys. Take it easy, boys.
I can see. I mean, I understand why you think he's a guard. I think right now his technique is not. It's kind of lacking for a tackle. Some of his biggest problems would be nullified if you put him at guard. But guy didn't play tackle. I mean, two of his biggest problems.
No.
Two of his biggest problems are his feet. Put him in a position where he's playing in less space. And his hand placement. And you put him against guys who are worse athletes and have shorter arms. You deal with those two problems. But I think he could still develop that way. I don't know if that would have really – I don't know how that really affects his true tackle development, though. But I think you dragged him to play tackle, and I think they're just going to put him there unless it gets to a situation where they feel like, yeah, we got to put him at guard.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's just, man, we've already moved the man from left tackle to right tackle. Now we're going to move him to guard. I got you know what I mean, man?
Although part of the reason I think we should play him at guard is the fact that we get Big B off the field. And that is a giant boost for your offensive line.
So who do you put at right tackle? Crosby
when he's healthy. If he gets unhealthy, you throw Sewell right back at right tackle. Because you know who I don't want at right tackle? Big V.
Big V. Yeah, man. Nobody wants that, bro. We talk about bad feet, man. We can talk about bad feet all day with that one.
It's got bad everything.
Awful. It's got bad everything, man.
He gets beat. He gets destroyed by D tackles, let alone what you going to do against guys like Khalil Mack.
Oh, yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. Drafting a wide receiver or quarterback makes no sense for the Lions.
In the first round? Wide receiver, I can see it. Quarterback.
Let's let the year go on, and we'll see how bad this wide receiving core is going to be.
I think they should have drafted one eventually. The draft was super deep. You had to draft one in the first or second round.
Yeah,
I heard Nico Collins is doing great. He could have. Guys like Tylen Wallace went in the fourth. Just any guy. It didn't have to be in the first two rounds. Just like I wouldn't have drafted a wide receiver in the first two rounds. Even in the situation where I traded back, I would have drafted a wide receiver round 3 or later.
Yeah, because it looks like we got at least our slot guy for the future in the 4th round, Amon-Ra. So I'm okay with that, man. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm pretty excited about that kid. I wasn't on him the highest. I didn't think he was going to be like a big time player, but from what I've been hearing now and seeing out there, man, the kid looks like he's the real deal and should be a chain mover for us, man, in the future, if not this year. So I like that. Yeah, Quandre Diggs that just made the NFL top 100. What a mistake that was. I
seen that.
You know what? I always thought Quandre Diggs was one of the most he's one of those guys that was drafted late by Bob Quinn. Like 6th round pick, I believe, Tone, is what it was.
Yep, I think so. 6th round pick out of Texas.
6th round pick out of Texas. Was a guy that would make a play. He would make a splash play and then disappear for 3 games. That's what Quandre Diggs was to me as a Detroit Lion. And then I remember when we released him, we just made him captain, and then we released him. So, he said some things about the organization, some things about Quinn apparently, or Patricia, whatever. Then he went on to Seattle, and I think he was the same kind of player. He would make an interception and then go away for 2-3 games.
Oh yeah, I remember he had like 2 picks in one game. And everybody was like, "Wow, look at what we traded away." And I was like, "Those were like the easiest picks ever." They just gave him the picks.
I watched that game. Yeah, he was literally, standing there. He was standing there, and the quarterback was playing catch with him. That's all it was. It was like, on one play, The one ball went off the receiver's hands. It went off the receiver's hands right into Quandre Diggs, who was 5 yards behind the guy, who was 5 yards behind him. So it was like all of a sudden, Twitter blows up, Facebook blows up. Look who we got rid of. We got rid of a guy for a third-round pick or whatever it was that we got rid of him for, fifth or whatever it was, a fifth-round pick. People were acting like we got rid of Ronnie Lott, man. And I was like, geez.
And now Lions fans forget he exists.
Yeah, like he doesn't. How he made the top 100 last year is beyond me.
I mean, I've known the top 100 list was trash ever since I saw the time that Marlon Mack was higher than Aaron Donald on somebody's list. The top 100 list is just like the most biased list in the world. Like, I was looking at it. I know some Lions fans were mad that like Ragnar didn't make it. And I was just looking at the list. I was like, look how many top offensive linemen did not make this list.
Yeah.
I was just perplexed.
It's strange. It's really strange. I mean, it's supposed to be a player's list, though. It's the players doing the list. It's not just
the players are biased.
They gotta be. Yep. In some way or another, because like Marlon Mack over Aaron Donald,
like for example, that list I was talking about had Marlon Mack over Aaron Donald. Another guy, some other guys that were also over Aaron Donald, Deshaun Watson, Darius Leonard, T.Y. Hilton. I don't know if you're noticing a trend. It was all from the same division.
All from the same division, man. That's crazy, man. Jimbo G asking, hey, Orem, how you family been doing? Doing great, brother. Man, been a long time since I've been here. Thanks for coming there, Jimbo G. What Lions game will I be going to? Well, when I can go across, and we can go across, man, with this pandemic thing going on still. I'm hoping I can catch at least 2 games this year. I'd love to go to the opener. I'd love to go to the San Fran game. I think it'll be a crazy packed house. You know what I mean? I just want to see some football live, but I don't know when that's going to be able to happen for us, man, in Canada. So hopefully sooner, man. Hopefully at least 2 games, though. I'll let you guys know. PFF act like they ain't know certain players wearing throw slips off at Barry. I don't like them. PFF, man, overrated. Overrated to me.
I do hate when people base their whole opinion off of PFF. I actually had an argument. I had a total argument with somebody who based their entire opinion off of PFF, and I pointed out how PFF said something that contradicted what they said. And it was like, oh, well, PFF might have said that one thing, but I disagree with that. I'm like, you agree with them 99% of the time until this one time? Like, wow. Raz got snubbed. Sadly, he did not. It's an interesting list. I was actually looking at the list. It was about 5 guys I was looking at. It was like I just want to see who was on the list. I was like, I ain't been paying attention to this list. I was like, Rags, I don't know if I put him on the list, but in terms of offensive line snubs, there's at least about 5 guys I put over him, including, I don't know how Andrew Whitworth did not make that list. But somehow he didn't make that list. Yeah,
that's strange. Doesn't make any sense, right?
Ryan Ramczyk didn't make it. Ryan Ramczyk might be the best tackle on his team, but his teammate, Armstead, made it. It's interesting.
Yeah, it is, too. That is interesting. Marcus Robinson, what up, though, fellas? Coach AG and AB said some key things today about the players. Remember, Slay wasn't high on people's list when he first started. Let the coaches coach. Go Lions. I agree, man. We got to let the coaches coach, the guys are going to struggle. Guys are going to play well. It's going to be back and forth for a little bit. This team still doesn't have an identity. So we got to let these coaches coach. We got to let them build a unit, man. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm not going to freak out over some things. I know, what's his name? Aubrey Pleasant was saying some good things about Okudah. Just saying he needs a little bit more discipline out of him. But he likes what he sees so far, but he needs the discipline. Discipline first before anything else, and that's what we need. And if anybody's going to get it out of him, it's going to be Audrey Pleasant, man. I think he's one of the best in the business. So, Diggs was drafted by Mayu. Okay. What did I say? Quinn? Okay, my bad.
You said Quinn.
Oh, did I say Quinn? Okay, well, I meant Mayu. Sorry, my bad.
Mayu had some good late draft picks. The problem is he decided
Mayu wasn't bad, man. Yeah, Mayu did some okay things, man. He gets a lot of bad credit for, after what happened over there. Man, he gets a lot of the, I think, unjust blame. But that's just going to come with the territory, just being part of the Lions, man. You know what I mean? It's going to be someone's getting the blame, man. It's going to be you, and you. So that's just the way it is, man. The media needs to stop harping on the bad things. These guys are doing good to be rookies and second, third-year players. I'm not too sure what the media is harping on right now about the rookies. I see. Personally, I'm just asking, Marcus. Personally, I see the media. They're hyping up Derek Barnes a lot right now. Derek Barnes is getting lots of play. Levi's getting some play, man, since coming back from having a tweaked back. Amon-Ra has been getting play. Aleem McNeil, Sewell's been getting a little bit through the ringer a bit. Some of it's just, though, man. He's a top 10 pick. He's a top 10 pick, man. He needs to be better at some things. I still think he's a beast. I just think it's going to take a little more than we thought. And I'm not going to say I'm concerned about it, but you have to talk about it a little bit, man. He has gotten beat this year. He's gotten beat by some speed rushers, man. It's you have to keep an eye on it at least. I'm not going to worry about it too much. There's a guy over there in LA that's doing better than him right now, named Mr. Slater. That's just what it is. What it is, man. Is you know what I mean? So I'm not, but I think more than anybody is pretty much all the rookies have been getting some talked up. I don't know. Melifonu doesn't really get speaked of at all.
I forget we drafted him.
Huh?
I forget we drafted him every time.
We drafted him early, bro. 3rd round, right? He was the 3rd round pick.
Third round pick.
Yeah, he's a 3rd round pick, man. I know it's, he's going to be a guy that's probably going to come in. He's going to be a matchup guy, I think, because he's big, right? Yeah. He's like 6'3", 215.
It might be the guy you put on Kittle. I don't know if that's
going to be a guy
for you.
Well, you better be careful putting him on Kittle. You better be careful putting him on Kittle. But he's going to be a guy that, will come in and usually play up on the tight end, bigger wideouts. So he's not going to start, I don't think, anytime soon. He's going to have to build himself up to that. But everything else, man, I haven't really heard too much negative press of you about the rookies.
Nah, I mean, I've heard
a little bit about Sewell.
Negative press from fans about Sewell, but you kind of expect that. That's about it.
That's about it, really, man. That's about it. Not really too much talk about Jamar. Just kind of like, fight for that number 3. That's all I really keep hearing about with Jamar. So I think we'll be all right, man. We're gonna be all right. I think Holmes did well in this draft, man. So far. So we forget that Amon-Ra has been balling. Nope, nobody forgot that, bro. I mentioned him. Who was number 1 in the? What's that? Don't.
I'm gonna say the problem is, who else do we have other than Amon-Ra? Is the thing about the wide receiver core.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Well, we got Tyrell Williams. Man. And that's the only guy I really trust. That's the only guy I really trust on this offense. He goes down. Oh my goodness! If he goes down, which he does go down quite a bit. He has gone down in the past. He missed all last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a guy that I'm kind of concerned about. He goes down. Who do you have as our number 1? Like, now it goes what? You're going to put Khalif Raymond? Khalif Raymond as a number 1 wide receiver? They got to think about this stuff for a little bit, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, then you're going to put up Perryman? You're going to bump Perryman back in there? Wow. It scares me, man. I like Amon-Ra, man, but he's a slot guy. He's gonna make some catches here and there, but I don't think he's gonna be this game changer like everybody thinks he is, man. So it's tough for me. But man, I think we spend too much time on his wide receiver right now. We'll do that next week again when we're complaining about him next week. Because it feels like I just do it. It feels like we do it every week, though. That's just right. Yep. We talk about these wide receivers every week. It's just, man. Josiah Coleman asking who was number 1 in the top 100. It's probably Donald, wasn't it?
It hasn't came out yet.
It hasn't came out yet.
Number 1, I guess I don't think they announced it like the top 15 or top 10 or something like that.
Yeah, so probably be like
it should be Donald.
It'll be Mahomes or Donald up there somewhere. One of those guys, right?
Probably be Rodgers.
Could be Rodgers, the MVP, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Safety has more impact on a corner, and Kyle Hamilton.
Insane disagree.
And yeah,
Gotta
safety has
distribute
more
that.
impact. Yeah, I'm not sure about more impact.
See, here's the thing
but
about NFL.
that's an opinion-based thing.
Will tell
What's
you,
that?
NFL will tell you how they value positions in 2 different ways. What money they pay them, how much they draft them. 2 safeties have been drafted into the top 10 in the past 10 years. Last I checked. And
Okay.
I pretty sure it's around 9 to 10 corners. There's only one. I think there's only one safety getting paid more than $15 million a year. Actually, I think it's 2. Corners around 6 or 7. And that's including the fact that Jamal Adams just got paid. He just got $17 million. Jalen Ramsey got paid last year? Or was it 2 years ago, I think?
Like it was 2 years ago.
He got $20 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
NFL will show you what they care about you in 2 ways. Your contract and your draft picks. Same thing with offense. 3 most highest paid positions: quarterback, wide receiver, left tackle. 3 highest drafted positions: quarterback, wide receiver, tackle.
Yeah. Wow. Unbelievable, eh? One Pride 40 likes Kyle Hamilton. That's a kid from Notre Dame.
Kyle Hamilton is nice though.
He's nice though, yeah.
He's like he's like less athletic Simmons, but I think he's like mentally higher. Like I think mentally he's better than what Simmons was.
I think his IQ is football IQ.
Yeah. Okay. Only thing, Simmons was just, 6'5", 240, can literally do everything. He just mentally he just needed to grow a lot.
Right. Yeah. I agree. Artist formerly known as PC Payload, 97.1 just put a hit on Akuda, calling him a legit bust. Total clickbait. Yeah, well, that's 97.1 being 97.1, bro. They will do that. Who's leading that charge? Let me guess. Rico and Mike Valente? I'm sure those 2 are the guys leading that charge. Those two guys shouldn't even be talking football because both of them know nothing. That's ridiculous. You can't do that already, man. Who's leading that charge? That's awful. Iffy being iffy. Iffy is iffy yet. Yeah, he's sure iffy. Tone, shake my head. I can't believe you had a whole argument with someone over PFF list. Well, I wish you the best. I'm going to send off to the Army. Salute to Tone and his future and endeavors, man. Absolutely, Tone.
Yeah, thanks. Also, reminder, remember the guy I keep saying somebody told me that Rashawn Slater was Riley Reef? That's the guy. That was the guy. Huh? The guy I was arguing about the PFF list? That's the guy who said Rashawn Slater was Riley Reef.
Oh, wow. I know I went on record saying that I liked Rashawn Slater a little bit better than Sewell, but I knew that the pick was going to be Sewell if he was there. I just knew it. I just didn't
understand Riley Reef. I was so disrespectful. I didn't even comment. I was like, there's no point to argue about this because you haven't watched this tape.
Wow, that's weird.
Riley Reef.
Steve-O, too. I always thought Slater was the more polished player, but Sewell's upside was so high it's hard to pass on him. Remember, Sewell's only 20. He's got a lot of room to grow. Of course, man.
Yeah.
We know that, Steve-O. I was thinking
here's
that exact
the thing
same
with
thing,
offensive line that I kind of think about. And I think about, would you rather have the guarantee or the what if? Because offensive line is such a weird position, right? Because you can't really – projection when it comes to offensive line is probably the hardest position to project. Right?
Yeah, it's tough.
Every player we think is going to be great also somehow just ends up not working. Except for a few guys. Like we expected Tunzel to be good, but he took a few years. Stanley took a few years. Decker was good off rip, and then he had a few dips.
Yeah.
Just being a consistent good guy, not even being great, just being consistently good at tackle is worth a top 10 pick.
100%. Oh yeah, 100%, man. 9 drinks saying can't see any of the chat except what you put up. I'm not sure, brother. That might be on your end. I don't know if anybody else. I see everything. You should be able to see it too. I don't know what you're looking at through your phone or your computer. Could be on your end, bro. Hopefully you fix that up. Bob's big boy. Tyrell is a track meet with St. Brown and Hawk. We good. Hey man. Okay.
That's
Tyrell is fast. He is fast. He does have some giddy up to him.
But is he super fast?
But is he? Yeah. But you know what I mean. He's supposed to
run fast. If you run fast, it don't matter how good a receiver you is. Defense will respect you. but
Yeah.
he ain't rugs fast. Is he?
No, he's not Ruggs fast. No,
Exactly.
no. He's not Ruggs fast.
Once you reach a certain speed point,
Nobody's Ruggs
teams will
fast.
forget how good your receiving abilities are, and they'll delegate some attention to you. Naturally,
Right. Yeah.
he's not that level.
No, he's not. He doesn't have
But
that
he
kind
is
of track.
large.
He is large, and he can run, and he actually can run routes for a big man. He's a very underrated route runner, to tell you the truth. We just need him to stay healthy, man. That's it. That's if Tyrell, St. Brown, and Hawk, I'm all good with those guys, man. Those guys are probably the most guys I trust. Obviously, Hawk being the number one guy I trust. After Hawk, man, flip a coin. Okay, you know what I mean? For me, anyways. I'm just talking from my perspective. I look at Tyrell Williams. Okay, and I see talent there, but I also see a guy that has a problem staying healthy. Has never been a true number one, and that's what he is now. He's been barely a number two his whole career. He's paid money to be that number one guy when he went to or the Raiders, whatever. But he ended up, he had that decent year his first year. Then he got hurt. Then you got guys like Perriman, who I think is a complete utter bust, and a lot of people won't agree with me on that. I think he's been a bust forever. And St. Brown's too young to rely on as being a guy that we trust. Cephas is still a little bit in the air for me too. So it's just a room that concerns me, man. It's just and it's the same thing I keep talking about every time I talk about him. It's just a room that I don't have any faith in as a unit, as a cohesive unit. There's a couple pieces there that I'm okay with, but as a unit, I'm like, man, this is not a good room. And if I was Jared Goff, and I guarantee you, Jared Goff has some concerns. I think he does. I think he has some legitimate concerns.
Also, Jimbo G, I wasn't talking about you. Yeah. Also, Jimbo, I wasn't talking about you. I was saying the guy I had an argument about the PFF list with was the same guy who called Slater Roddy Reef. Not you. He's a guy in some Lions comment sections that I won't name at the moment. We've had a few clashes. I told him that Justin Fields wouldn't be a top 2 quarterback in his draft class. Glad that worked out.
Justin Fields?
Yeah, because he was just like, well, Justin Fields, look at his stats and look at his college stats. And I'm like, he's overrated. Bet you he won't go top 2. Bet you won't be a top 5 pick. Bet you won't be a top 2 quarterback in his draft. Ended up being what, number 4?
He was the 4th guy taken. Yeah, the 4th quarterback, wasn't he?
Yep. Wouldn't be top 10.
Steve-O, I think the Lions are going to do a lot of upgrading after final cuts. Yeah, there should be plenty. There'll be some players that can help that stack teams. Just didn't have a roster spot. Yeah, maybe, man. Hopefully we can grab a safety there somewhere. Maybe we can grab another wideout. Maybe another linebacker. Who knows? I think we're pretty much set at D-line, I would say. Maybe try to find, possible backup guard that can maybe take over for Big V.
Or a starting guard.
Or a starting guard.
Still wish we would have drafted Trey Smith. I'm going to be upset about that for the rest of my life.
You will be too.
Also, they also drafted another tackle I wanted. They drafted a guy, I forget, Lucas Niang, 3rd round draft pick. I wanted him in Detroit. He's already starting at right tackle for them. Damn it, Cheese. Stop stealing my guys.
Wow. Stop stealing your guys. I'm not sure what you talk about, Jimbo G. Orem, A. Parker will make the team. Who's A. Parker? Will make the team easy.
He's the corner, I think.
Oh,
his name.
AJ Parker.
Yeah.
AJ Parker. Yeah, yeah, man. I think he will too, bro. He's moved to safety. I like what he's done. He had a pretty solid game against the Steelers on Saturday too. So I liked what they saw on him, man. And let's hope that he can make a spot on this team. Tyrell Williams and Cleve Raymond. I don't know. Usual suspects. I'm not sure what we're talking about here, bro. I'm kind of lost now.
Oh, you talking about the whole Kuda thing?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Draft status means nothing.
It means something.
It means something sometimes, man. It means something. You got to be able to, if you're drafted where you're drafted, you better play a little bit like you're a top 3 pick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can only have so much rope. He got his rope, I think. I think Akuda's rope is, now it's like it's starting to go away now, man. He's You know, he had his rookie season. He was banged up. It wasn't in his head. He wasn't very right mentally. He said he wasn't. There's a lot of things going on. He says he's all right as rain now. He's healthy. New system. I don't expect him to be Deion Sanders, but I expect him to be somebody. I expect him to be better than he was, man. So draft status means a little bit if you're a third overall pick. For me, it does anyways, man. All good now. The whole show wasn't showing on my end. Oh, sorry, brother. Sorry about that. Hopefully, yeah, you got it fixed. Good. Wrong. It's quarterback, left tackle, pass rusher, but go on.
I was talking about
40,
offense. I was talking about
40
offense.
just likes to argue, man.
I was talking about
40
offense. On offense, the highest three drafted positions are wide receiver, quarterback.
On offense?
It's wide receiver, it's wide receiver, quarterback, tackle, and out of the tackles, left tackle is the highest. Out of the highest paid
talking
players.
about money or draft status? You talking money or draft status? Both, right? Yeah.
Both. Left tackle, wide receiver, and quarterback. I'm pretty sure the only three offensive positions that get paid more than $20 million per year. That have at least one player on average making more than $20 million per year.
Oh, okay. All right, then. I hear you. I love Brett P so much that I just want Brashad Perriman to do well. Oh, yeah, man. We all love Brett Perriman, buddy. Yeah, we know, man. Hey, I'm rooting for Brashad Perriman. It's not like I don't root for him, dude. It's not like I'm not rooting for the guy. I want him to succeed. I just don't think he's a good football player. I just don't. You know what I mean? He's in the NFL, though. He's in the NFL. He got drafted in the first round. He just hasn't played like he hasn't played like it, though. He hasn't played like a second rounder. He hasn't played like a third rounder. He hasn't played like you know what I mean? It's just I hope he does well here. I just don't see it, man. He just can't stay healthy, man. He just can't stay healthy, and it makes me concerned. That's all. 18 class, extremely deep. Free agency next year. The Bengals aren't re-signed Jesse Bates, which is surprising. Yeah, Bates will get signed this year. Bates will get paid.
They should have signed him last year.
Yeah, man, he'll get paid.
His value is going up by day.
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, they should get that done probably before that. I bet you they get that done before the start of the season. No way they're gonna let that kid walk. No way.
I mean, the Bengals, they make questionable decisions all the time.
Yeah, they're the Bengals, though, right? The Bengals are gonna Bengal, right? So who knows, man?
They drafted the tackle and moving the guard.
Yeah. Jimbo G, man. Hashtag Orum'S Den. How long you think the Red Rocket and Fields last at quarterback before getting injured?
Oh, man. That offensive line is
it's trash. It's terrible.
I've heard, but I forget
Jenkins
his name.
is hurt too, right?
Yep. Apparently, he had an injury in college. First of all, he played through an injury that he was supposed to get surgery on. That's crazy. Second of all, how did y'all let him go from college to now and nobody said, yeah, you might want to get surgery on that? How did nobody say that? Caleb Farley, they told him months ago, like, yeah, go get surgery on that. Didn't nobody tell him to go get surgery before this? And how did it take y'all this long as the Bears to go tell them to get surgery? Like it's almost been a year, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't even know what his injury is. I just know he's hurt. What's his injury, Jenkins?
I think it was like a lumbar injury. It was something like in his lower back.
Oof, that's not good. That's not good at all, man. Is he done? Is he going to miss a lot of time?
Oh yeah, he probably will. I don't think he's going to miss the entire season, but he's going to miss a significant part of time. Now, I heard that Larry Boston guy left the tackle to Missouri. He was another guy with Zion. I heard he's been pretty decent, but
yeah,
your right tackle sucks. And Boston, if Boston was your right tackle, and you had I keep forgetting his name. The dude got injured as your left tackle. Maybe your offensive line be good. But you got too many guys getting injured. Daniels got injured last year too. I think he's been injured in the past. So that offensive line got some problems with some injuries.
Yeah, man. You get injured in the pros, it's tough, man. It's tough to come back from, man. I don't wish any injury upon anybody like that, man. With these lumbar, these back injuries. Jenkins is a good one too, so more power to him. Hopefully he comes back from it strong, but he is a Bear, so let's just maybe hold off a year. Steve-O, I'm actually excited to see how Okudah and Warrior play this season. Besides that one deep pass Okudah gave up, I haven't seen them give up anything else downfield. Yeah, I didn't really see much big passes against them. Okudah did give up that pass, but he made up for it, man.
That was
He
pretty
made
much
up
it.
for it.
Although the
pretty
one
much
thing
it,
I
man.
will say though, I'm interested to see how they do against some of these teams because we're gonna be playing some teams that A have deep threats and B have more creative offensive coordinators than we've been going against.
Well, for sure.
Right.
Well, yeah, this is all vanilla right now. What's going on out there, man?
Yeah. But even
Right.
if we play these teams in the regular season, like the Pittsburgh ain't the most creative offensive team, and even the Bills,
No.
even if we play them in the regular season, they won't be. Now the 49ers with Shanahan, the Rams with McVay, you know, the Packers with that guy whose name I forget. I mean, we're gonna be playing some
Yeah.
teams. Browns with the other guy name I forget. Ironically, all run the exact same system. So did the Vikings.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. They're playing some guys that can go deep, man, and they got some creative minds on the offensive side. So Aaron Glenn's going to be matched up with some tough guys, with some tough customers.
He's gonna have some matchups.
He's going to have some matchups that he's going to really need to focus on.
Let's hope he's like Patricia and that he shows good signs, but let's hope he's also not Patricia and that he doesn't backtrack from those good signs.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Because, man, Patricia has some good game plans his rookie year. His Chiefs game plan, teams copied that. His Rams
teams copied it, yeah.
The Patriots took his Rams game plan and used it in the Super Bowl. How you go from that to what you was, man? You was there.
I know, man. It's just, I don't know what happened to Patricia, man. After his rookie season as a head coach, it was like he just went into the toilet. It was just, you know, it was didn't get along with the players, I think, was the main problem. Main problem was, you know, the players were, you know, he was there for a year. The players knew what type of guy this guy was. They didn't want to play for him.
Yeah, I get that part.
Players that don't want you got players that don't want to play for you, bro. It doesn't matter how good your system might be. Man, it can go right to the toilet real fast, man. And I'm not saying Patricia had a great system. He just wasn't a good guy. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, man, that's a big thing. I played sports, man. I didn't play at that level, but I played with coaches that I loved, and I played with coaches that I didn't like. And I was just like, man, it's a different feel, man. It's like you don't want to bleed out there for guys you don't like, man. And then when you're getting paid on top of it, you're like, okay, I'm getting paid for this. I don't like this guy. I'm just going to go through the motions, man. I don't really care until I get kicked off this team, traded, released, whatever. I'm just going to go through the motions. I'm going to make a couple plays, maybe get another contract, and I'm going to move on. But you get a guy like, hopefully, Campbell, who the players respect and love and like. Man, you can be like a mediocre player. You're playing at 150%, and you do things that normally would not happen on the field.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's going to happen every single time. Because I still think talent trumps all. You have to have talent. You have to have talent. I think we're devoid of that big time in some areas, but it's going to take some time, man. It's going to take some time, but I like players, coaches, and I think they're going to be it's going to be special, hopefully, with Campbell. Hopefully he can turn this around.
You got to have a balance. You can't be too heavy one direction. Like Belichick isn't a player's coach, but you don't hear Belichick saying any of the stuff that Patricia was saying. And Belichick also wins, which is a huge thing. Sometimes when you can,
there's unicorns. Well, hey, man, there's unicorns, right? There is. Belichick's a unicorn. It's just a different. He's just a different guy, man. He's just a different type of coach. Sometimes those coaches, not players, coaches, just do that, man. That's what it is.
Now Belichick is blunt. But he ain't saying the stuff. He was saying some of the stuff Patricia was saying.
No, for sure. You know what I mean? It's just stupid, man. It's just dumb. If they paid Bates, they would have paid him dumb by now. Yeah, maybe. It's like Tone said, they should have paid him. Jimbo G
going up, especially after Jamal Adams just got paid. Oh yeah, no, he gonna win. He gonna win out the ride with that deal.
Oh yeah. Hashtag Orem and Tone. I can't believe AJ Parker only 178. Yeah, he's a smaller dude. We move him to safety, man. He's physical out there. Tate will make this wide receiver core better. What y'all think, honestly? Golden Tate, he probably would. He probably would make this team better. I'm not going to fight that on you, Jimbo. I think you're right. But I don't see him coming here. I don't think he wants to come back to a rebuild or a build, whatever you want to call this. I think he's looking for another team, I think, man. But he's been talking about Detroit a lot lately on Twitter. I've noticed that. So who knows, man? I don't know, Tom. What do you think about Tate coming back? I know we've talked about this before.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think he wants to go to a contender, even if he's not a starting, just to be a backup. I think he wants to go to a contender.
Yeah, I agree too. Bob's big boy thinks we're trading for Michael Thomas and Allen Robinson next year. Yikes!
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that, brother.
Do we want Michael Thomas?
I don't want Michael Thomas.
I don't.
Guy's a cancer. He's a baby.
Now we want to talk about a diva.
He's always hurt.
Michael Thomas is a diva.
That's a
that
diva.
guy he be crying on Twitter all the time, man.
You be on Twitter. You be on Twitter ripping apart the Lions. Imagine. Oh man,
he's also ripping apart his own team. You know,
his own team and teammates.
Oh yeah.
He fights with his teammates constantly.
You don't want that
I don't
guy.
want nothing to do with him, Bobby. Allen Robinson, that's a different story. But I don't know what the Bears are waiting on.
I don't think Allen Robinson don't want to come here. He just dealt with the Bears and dealt with the Jaguars. You think he want to go to the Lions next?
You know what I mean? Exactly.
He'd probably take like a discount to go to a good team. To a team with a good quarterback, I should say, after dealing with Trubisky, Bortles, and Dalton now? Yeah, that's not a good list.
Ugh. Oh, man, he probably can't wait to get out of there. Unless Fields turns into that stud that they think he is, right?
But he probably won't be that this year.
Not this year, right?
Robinson is on a franchise tag, I think.
Yeah. What's going on, Antonio? What's up, buddy? How you doing? Andrew Lunsford, thanks for joining the chat. The King, what's going on, guys? Thanks for coming in. Hosea Coleman, could we trade Trey Flowers? We could. The dead cap is really, if they do it now, if they were to trade Trey Flowers, I think they got to pay it's $16 million within the next 2 years. Like they got to pay a little bit this year. Then I think the cap hit 2022 is around 11 or 12. So it comes to about 16 million in 2 years. So it's probably not ideal to do it this year, but they do it next year, 2022. That's his out, and they can get rid of him. And I think I believe it's only a $5 million dead cap. I got to look at it again, and they save about $11, $12 million. So it's better if they got rid of him next year. I just think this team can't really start getting rid of some talent, because if Trey Flowers is anything, he's at least got a little bit of talent. And getting rid of a guy like that,
I would have came in and had a flyer sale. He's gone.
Yeah,
he's gone. All of them.
Well, yeah, there were some things you can do.
Y'all is gone.
You can't do financially though, bro. You got to look at the money situation too, right?
I mean, to be honest, I would have traded like Tavai, Bryant, Crosby. You know, they make that cap hit from Trey make it feel better. That's a few mil right there.
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to get for those type of players, though. What are you going to get for those guys?
I just need any pick. I just need any pick. Don't even matter what pick.
You're going to get a 7th round pick?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, give me a 7. Give me a 7. Give me a 6. I'll draft Trey Smith.
Right now, get Trey Smith. Well, right now, you're not getting a thing.
Oh no, it's too late now. It's too late.
It's too late.
I would have did the pre-draft. Post-draft's too late. You might have got a 7 pre-draft.
I'm not sure what you'd even get for Austin Bryant. I don't know what you get for him. He hasn't done nothing.
That's what I'm saying. He hasn't done
a thing.
You should. And listen, their value has decreased a lot, and it was already low.
Yeah, man, you'd be lucky to get a couple sneakers for Jelani Tavai right now. You're not getting nothing.
I'll take a Popeye's chicken sandwich for Tavai.
Yeah, with no sauce. No sauce on it, buddy. That's Steve. He's doing pretty good. We get to the big dance. What's up, Zach J? What are you doing, buddy? Hashtag Orem Tone. I don't want Michael Thomas. Yeah, we don't want him either, brother. Tate would come here for cheap. I don't know, man. I'm not really too sure.
It's really about, does he want to, though?
Does he
want
to?
It's really the question. That's the only question about Tate.
It's the only question about, right? I guess you never know, but I know he's kind of throw a few hints out there on Twitter with the Lions. He's done some Detroit Lions stuff, but rumor has it he wants to go to a contender. So who knows? Fields will be a bust. Okay,
maybe can't trust the Bears, but also the Bears are weird.
I
Because I
hope
remember
he
you
is.
was asking me. I remember you was asking me about Sewell being considered a top 3 talent, and I was going
Right.
through some previous drafts. You know what I saw?
What?
Apparently, the Bears were high on Deshaun Watson,
Oof.
and we all know who they chose.
It shows
And I'm
me. It
like,
shows
you
truth.
had, and I'm thinking that sounds crazy. And then I actually started looking through stuff, and apparently, Mitch Trubisky was somehow considered the best QB prospect. When
I
did
don't know
this
how that
happen?
was, man. Didn't he
I
only
didn't.
play 1 year that year too when he was in
Yes, he
college?
only played 1 year.
They must have just liked his
I was
athleticism. I don't
only.
know
Hey,
what.
listen, I was not a big draft guy that then, but I
Yeah.
won. If I watched one thing, it was college football, and I knew Deshaun Watson was going to be good. Also knew
I
Eddie
knew that
Jackson was
too.
good
I
as
knew
well.
that too. Yeah.
I also knew Eddie Jackson was going to be good. I don't know why Eddie Jackson fell so far. That man is a playmaker.
Yeah. The safety for Chicago?
Oh yeah, remember him at
Yeah, yeah.
Alabama? Craziest thing I
No,
ever seen. That
I
man was a
remember,
punt
man. Yeah,
returner. He was a
he
punt
was,
returner for
man.
Alabama. That guy's a playmaker.
For sure, buddy. Big boy. Hot take. Dan Campbell is getting Michael Thomas to act up just to lower his trade value. He's been doing it for years. So he's been doing it for years, bro. So Dan Campbell's got some crazy kind of
Although,
crystal
does Campbell
ball.
want to pay that contract? He getting
I don't
paid
want
what?
nothing
Thomas
to do
getting
with
paid
it,
like
man.
$20 million a year now.
He's getting way paid too much money for running, and he runs run route. That's all he does. A slant.
Slant boy.
A slant, man. That's all he runs. And hey, it's worked. I'm not gonna deny it.
Shout out to
worked.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah,
He's finessing the wide receiver market. I saw that apparently. So you know how this thing about the Packers don't want to pay Devontae Adams. And part of that is because apparently DeAndre Hopkins is making $27.5 million a year, but his cap hit doesn't go higher than like 22. I don't know what they did. I don't know if that's true or not. I need to recheck that. But if that is true, then the Cardinals are messing up the NFL. They gonna get some wide receivers to lead their teams. That is not right.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's not right at all. Hey,
Under the table money.
Yeah, under the table money. Where'd you hear that from?
It was on Twitter. It was talking about how, like, because everybody was talking about how Adams wanted a new contract. And it was like, well, you know, Hopkins' contract messes up the market. We don't know why the Cardinals paid him so much. And it was like his cap hit doesn't even go above like 21 mil or something. And I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, man. So he's something shady there, man. They'll get caught if that happens.
They're probably doing the same stuff the Saints was doing.
Yeah, exactly, man. Detroit fan, man. I always thought Ebron was the most hated Detroit athlete, but right now, if we traded Tavai for Ebron straight up, I believe the fan base would be chill. For sure. I think to be happy, man. We have a Hawkinson and Ebron.
Plus, they have a new punch on.
I'll take that for.
They got a new punching bag.
Tavai's gone for sure.
He take the hate off of Sewell because anytime Sewell do anything bad, you just throw Eric Ebron out there. Totally fixes everything.
Eric Ebron. Oh yeah, man. I remember that, man. Bob's big boys scouts killed Mahomes in 2017, saying his game wouldn't translate to the NFL. He still went 10th though, didn't he?
I think he went 10, 11. Actually, he was checking out mock drafts, and like the majority of mock drafts had him. Ironically, the majority of mock drafts had him going 25, and they had Watson going 26.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what those picks are, 25 is the Texans, and 27 is the Chiefs. So they thought they had Mahomes going to the Texans and Watson going to the Chiefs.
Yeah,
that's a weird continuum.
And then they moved up, though. They moved up to get Mahomes.
Oh yeah, they moved him up and
all the way up. All the way up. Andy Reid loved him, man. Andy Reid loved him. Texas moved up too. But I remember scouts talking about Mahomes that year, saying that he was extremely raw.
He was.
He was which he was.
But he went to the Chiefs.
Yeah, went to the Chiefs.
And if you can say one thing about Andy Reid, that man can do some wonder with some quarterbacks. He revived Alex Smith's career. He had everybody thinking Alex Smith was one of the top quarterbacks. He let him go, and then everybody forgot about him. He did get injured, but the injury didn't change too much. Well, it changed a lot, but he still wouldn't have been what we thought he was with the Chiefs. For
sure, man. And like you said, Tony, went to a really good organization. Reed knows how to deal,
MVP.
man. He is the quarterback whisperer. He's one of the original quarterback
Look
whisperers.
what he did with Vic.
Like we did with Vic, man. He revived Alex Smith, like we talked about, man. Like you just said, like it was just a good spot for him. And if you look at the like weapons he has, it's not like he's got an insane amount of weapons. You know, he's got Kelsey, obviously, but you go look at that.
He's got two top guys, and he just has an offense that just works.
Yeah, he's got a crazy athlete at tight end and another crazy athlete at wide receiver in Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
and it just works.
Because somebody was actually pointing out they was trying to make a comparison between the Lions, like Lions getting Campbell, what happened when the Chiefs got Reed. And while I understood it, I don't think it was the greatest comparison. But when I looked back, I realized something. Reed's staff was just weirdly. His offensive coordinator was Doug Peterson. Also on his staff was David Cutley, head coach of the Texans. Matt Nagy, head coach of the Bears. Can't forget Peterson, former head coach of the Eagles and Super Bowl champion, which is ironic. You fired Reed. You eventually get his offensive coordinator. He win you a Super Bowl, and you eventually fire that guy, and you get his former offensive coordinator's offensive coordinator.
That's insane, man. I didn't know that, brother. That's good shit right there. Whoops, I swore. That's good stuff right there, man. But yeah. Lions had a great draft. Guys. We've been doing this for 2 hours and 11 minutes, bro.
Although one thing I will say, I wish we would have got Milton Williams. Not instead of like Levi or Lehman. I wanted him to go with them. Maybe trade up with, don't draft Melifonwu or something like that. But with him at Fortec, he's like, I would say he's kind of like, he's like realistic Ed Oliver. Because everybody was super on Ed Oliver.
Everybody was high on it.
Ed Oliver is also proof of why Aaron Donald is so amazing. He was so great. He tricked people into thinking that Ed Oliver was worth a top 10 pick. People were talking about Ed Oliver like he was the best player in the draft, not just the best D tackle. Some people thought he was going to be superstar.
I remember that, man. I remember 97.1 really hyping up Ed Oliver, saying that we should have took him then, but whatever. A lot of people where Zach Wilson was going to bust, and I know he's going to be a beast.
Those people like Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson is amazing.
I like Zach Wilson. I had no problems. The only thing I was a little bit concerned about with him was the talent that he went up against at BYU. But if you watch him as a quarterback, he's special. He's got
only question about Zach Wilson is the Jets. The Jets are known for ruining guys.
Well, that too.
And I don't trust them.
Yeah, so
at least, but I'm surprised they actually put some into the offensive line. Jaguars take notes because Trevor, that offensive line is not it.
Oh, bro, I thought he was going to die yesterday. I thought he was going to die. He got hit every time he dropped back. Every time he dropped back, he got hit. Every time it seemed like, man. And then he went out and he tried to do like this diving play.
And that's why I said I would have never drafted. That's why I said I would have traded that number one pick, man. I'm fixing that offensive line.
Yeah.
I'll find another quarter. Give me another quarterback later in the draft, man. I'll fix that offensive line. Give me all your picks. I'm taking your future.
For sure. They just lost Etienne too, didn't they?
Oh, yep. Out for the season. Although they do got James Robinson, who made the NFL top 100 list. Also kind of proves my running backs ain't that valuable. They got rid of Fournette and somehow got an undrafted rookie to be better than him in the same season.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think, for sure.
And I think he's the only undrafted rookie to ever get 1,000 yards in the season too. Well, in his rookie season.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, for sure, man. That's nuts, eh?
Yeah. Especially with that offensive line.
No, I know. Tyrell Williams great on Madden 22. The truth, if he's healthy, he can make a difference. Man. But this ain't a video game, Lion King. I understand he's good. I understand he's good on Madden, but man, I think he can be okay.
The Raiders be drafted like a Madden 22 team.
I think he'll be all right. Mark, you let that slip out. Yeah, I let a bad word slip out. Man, I'm tired. So Orem, you slipped my question. Oh, I missed your question, brother. But it's like 2 hours, 15 minutes been doing this. What was your question there, Jimbo G? What did I miss, man? What did I miss, bro? This one? No. What did I miss? Get a kicker? Well, this is the one I missed. Orem and Tone, would you all get a kicker to solve our problems? If we could have traded to New England for a 4th, 5th, or 7th pick, Tavai will act right with New England.
I think the way to fix him.
I just don't think he's acting. I don't think the problem is acting right. It's just he's not good. He's just not good, bro. And if you're gonna get a 4th round pick for Jelani Tavai, I would personally send him there. I would drive him to New England. I would say, let's go. You know what I mean?
It's too late. The Patriots would even take him for your 4th now. It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late, man. Yeah.
Now,
you couldn't even give up. Yeah, you couldn't even give away.
Would have got him out of there.
Yeah, for sure, man. We should have got rid of him, like Tone said before, but I guess they wanted to see this linebacker room was so bad that they needed to see everybody. That's my opinion. They needed to see how bad it really was. So, but getting a kicker to solve our problems, I don't know, man. We had a couple good ones in the past. We got Randy Bullock now. I think is going to be the number 1 guy. I think he's going to beat out Gonzalez. So, I guess right now, Indy. They just released Eddie Pinheiro, who's been kicking the ball really well for the Colts in preseason. So you never know. The Lions might take a shot, maybe pick him up and drop Zane. But I don't know, man. We got Randy Bullock. I don't think a kicker is going to really make us better, or worse right now. I don't think there's anybody out there. Do you, Tone?
No, not right now.
Maybe Eddie Pinheiro.
Anybody. Maybe we could draft one in the 2nd round. Do what Bugs did with Roberto Aguayo. It led to them win the Super Bowl somehow.
That worked.
Apparently, really I learned that they traded up with the Chiefs, and we see how that worked out.
Yeah, so who knows, man. But anyways, guys, man, it was great, man. We did 2 hours and 16 minutes. We were a long time. This was a long one. What do you got to say to the people out there, Tone? We're going to wrap it up, bro. I'm getting tired.
It was great coming here with you guys. Spies trash. I forget we have Melifonwu, and Okudah is not a bust yet.
Not yet.
And neither is Sewell. Sewell might be overdrafted. Although I'm not 100% on that yet. I shall make a decision in 2 years.
For sure. Should be, yeah, 100%. So thanks a lot, man. Thanks, Tone, for coming on. Thanks, everybody in the chat. It was good. If I didn't get to your question, I'm sorry. But we'll do it again next Tuesday. I got some videos coming out. So I just did one on practice for Monday, and I did one for the preseason game against Pittsburgh. Go check it out if you haven't already checked it out. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday, man. Thanks a lot, guys. We're out, man.